This is the Renaissance Men podcast, broadcasting live on YouTube and Twitch. Now please welcome your host, Stuart Garrard.
Good evening and welcome to the Renaissance Men podcast for June 24th, 2022. I am your host, Stuart Garrard. Joining me as always is my good brother, Jimmy the Saint.
Oh, I've missed you, children. I've missed you. Hello, children. How you doing?
Jimmy, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. It's lovely to be back. I'm sorry we were away. To anyone out there last Friday, I know one of our listeners, Alex Roth, was devastated. He tuned in on the Friday, and I forgot to tell him. Oh, his wife was, just watching whatever trash on TV, and he said, "I'm going to go to my room and listen to the Renaissance Men." She probably thought he was going off, obviously, for a wank, but he was going to listen to us. Yeah, well, maybe he's lying, but he said we weren't there. Maybe he was going to wank to us. I don't know, but we weren't there. But we're back. I'm so happy to be back, Stu. It's lovely.
I mean, that's welcome to yourself and to the viewers at large. Sorry for not being there for you last week, but Jimmy, you had yourself a little I don't know, a soiree. I'm going to describe it as.
It was a soiree.
Classing it up a bit more than it probably deserves, but
you
gallivanting,
right.
weren't you?
You're right to class it up, because it wasn't with my usual friends who are a bunch of tramps. It was with my family on the English side, who are the classy ones. It wasn't the Scottish side.
No,
who are
don't
just
speak
pure...
about those.
Oh no, I do. They're just pure fun and brilliance. But it was a classy affair. It was my cousin's 50th, and we went and we sang some karaoke, and I got to chance to sing and dance with my cousins, which I haven't done for Christ, I don't know how long, and shoot some skittle bombs, and I drank quite a lot, and I had no hangover in the morning. It was very odd. Very odd. Either they're watering down the drinks or I'm an alcoholic, but either way, hey, it was a good thing.
Sounds like you're getting hardened to it, to be fair. You're just desensitizing yourself to the pure liquor.
I don't think so. I mean, I think that sounds like a
Other than your soiree and gallivanting, have you been up to anything else this week? Anything exciting? Have you got? Bring me a Jimmy anecdote. That's what I'm here for. Come on.
Come on, Stu. Stop it, Stu, because I have one which involves witchery and sexcraft, but I don't think I can talk about that. It was the summer. I don't want to go too deep into it, but it was the summer solstice. There was crystals, candles, lovemaking. I can't go any more detailed than that. But let it be known, if my wife produces the devil from her loins, you can blame the summer solstice. But no, I had a bit of fun today. I saw John Stimmons' scale model maker. And we bought a bottle of wine. We buy wine just to keep the office topped up, and we met a celebrity guest.
Shall we reveal who this was?
The celebrity guest, right? I sent you the pictures.
It doesn't get any higher in my regards.
No,
my boss, the one, the only, Lizzie. Look at
there
that.
She is
looking well, isn't she?
I had her in the office.
Yep.
That's it.
No.
No, that wasn't her. Jesus.
What's that? Oh dear. Sorry, I scrolled the wrong way. Isn't it good that I haven't got like a knob picture? Because this is from my personal gallery. This is the gallery that's been uploaded to Google Photos. There could be anything in here.
It's not good that you didn't have a knob. It's better if you would have had a knob picture, because then that would have gone viral and we would have got 15 million hits. But there she is. Yeah, me and John Simmons, scale model maker, and the Queen, just chilling with a bottle of wine and She was such a laugh, Stu. I can see why you work for her still. She was I mean, she may look miserable in that picture, but that's like, you know, when people try and show off in a photo and go, ooh, you know, she was so much fun. And she let us lift her up as well, because she's only a tiddler. And as you probably know, John Simmons scale model maker is, you know, 6'3" or whatever. And I'm a good 6'1". So we hoiked her up, and she went, "Oh, you lads, you are the best." It was such a laugh. It really was.
It does look like you're taking us somewhere to do something that ungodly.
Well, one thing I did do is I walked past the local yacht club, which has a big hedge, and I ducked down and held her up over the yacht club hedge, and she walked past. And I tell you, the laughter that came from those rich people was, it was worth it. It was worth it making those rich people's day better, who should have been at work. And I was making them laugh with the Queen. I hoisted her up high. Yeah. But yeah, it was a lovely day. It was well, I say a day. That's like 15 minutes of the day where we did that. But still. We met the Queen, so you can't get a better day than that. But it's been a lovely 2 weeks, Stu. And I did some more filming with my cousin. We released series episode 2 of All Seasons Cleaning, and we did we released episode 2 of the Brian Blessed Diaries. So hopefully we'll put them in the comments below, and people can go and follow them. Busy 2 weeks, Stu.
Lovely stuff. I was trying to find it, just so I could show it off. I'm struggling to find where I would find it.
YouTube? Oh, what, the Blessed stuff? Or
Yeah. Isn't it the Brian Blessed Diaries? That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Let me search for that, because I think it's what it wants showing, doesn't it? Because it's good stuff.
Well, interestingly enough, Stu, these have been done with friend of my cousin's, and I know him, and we'll get the interview at some point. Tim Downey, who is in Toast of London, he co-wrote the Blessed stuff, and
Blessed Diaries episode 2
directed.
All Season Cleaning episode 2. Is that the latest one? Was that a third? Was it the 3 or 2? No, that's
we've done 2 Blesseds and 2 All Seasons Cleaning. If you hover over the Real Brian Blessed Part 4, which is just above them.
That one?
You should see me and... Turn the volume off.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Sorry.
There we go, yeah. If you just scroll forward a little bit there,
Is there a Jimmy appearance in here?
Yeah, wait for it. Is
that you? That's kind of like your hair.
No, these were quite some time ago. We filmed these. Look, 2011.
Wow.
Get ready.
James H. Carr. Don't know who he is.
Well, Jimmy the Saint. Yeah, I had to change my name. But look,
there you go.
With Tim Downey from Toast of London there.
Magnificent hair, Jimmy.
Yeah, he used to have long hair and belly button. He used to have a belly button as well. But they're all on there, and we've done, we've been doing the Brian Blessed stuff for a long time. And me and Tim and Matt have been doing it. It's great fun, and the new stuff I think is better than it's ever been. So check it out.
Really enjoy. I'm not yanking your chain, but I really enjoyed All Seasons Cleaning episode 2. Really good.
Oh, wonderful! Good stuff.
Yeah, very good. And shot beautifully on the Isle of Mersey. Some lovely, what's the word? Landscapes.
Yeah.
That'll do, wouldn't it? That'll do. But beautiful island that it is. But
yeah, very lucky to have that as a place to film. Like, it adds so much just having an environment like that, But yeah, go and follow the Real Matthew Early. If you go down to the episode 2, we've had about 700 hits on episode 2, 693. Nice. Yeah, so it's going nicely. But yeah. How about you, Stu? How's your 2 weeks been?
Thank you, Jimmy. Not too bad, really. I didn't do a great deal last Friday. Obviously, I was kind of contemplating doing some kind of live stream, but I thought, no, do you know what? I'm going to take a break from it. Let's take a break from it. Sometimes you need to relax, don't you? Just decompress from it all. So, I I did have received, excitingly, my Optimus Prime Lego set, which I plan on building. That's probably been the highlight for me. Yeah, so that looks really cool. So I'll be building that at some point. But I think in terms of my life in general, Benj had his sports day, first sports day this week, and it was a strange thing for me because I used to dread sports days at school.
I remember.
Being quite the fatty, you don't really excel. I didn't really excel in sporting excellence at school.
You were powerful though. you were bigger, but you were tall, and you probably could have done well in maybe shot put.
Shot put, yeah. I was generally quite good at the sports where you were used as some kind of anchor or weight. So like the tug-o-war. I excelled at that. They just stuck you on the end, and away you go.
Do you know what, Stu?
Move that.
England doesn't lend itself to your larger sports person, because in America you probably would have been in the American football team, in the football team,
a scholarship somewhere. Probably.
Wrestling as well.
Yeah.
I always say to my wife, I wish I could have done the wrestling, and she went, "Who would you have wrestled?" I was like, "Well, I'd like to wrestle now 13-year-old boys," but in America, you would have been a prime candidate because you were 6'1" and a big fella.
Can we clarify? Do you mean professional WWE style wrestling, or like the Greco-Roman?
Yeah, Greco-Roman
collegiate style of wrestling.
I think I'd really enjoyed a Greco-Roman wrestling.
Nude.
I still think now I'm quite keen to try it, but against small young boys.
And preferably oiled and nude.
No, just ones I could fucking knack. But I think in America you would have fared better, whereas in England it's like football, running. That's your lot.
I think you're onto something now. I think we do. Traditionally, our sports are very much tennis, cricket, football. Yeah. That's pretty much about running. That's about it, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
Rugger. I suppose I could have excelled at rugby. I don't really like rugby though. So
yeah.
But either way, how do we get onto this sports day? Yeah, so I experienced Benjamin's first sports day. It was mixed emotions for me. Not like surrounding myself in that kind of scenario, but enjoying it at the same time. Seeing him really kind of enjoy taking part. So it's nice, isn't it? I think it's nice when you kind of because I think what I have tried, my outlook for fatherhood, I guess, is trying to give Benj the opportunities and try and guide him through life the way I wasn't guided through life. I think,
Oh, all right. Slag off your parents.
No, they don't listen. But
they don't encourage.
No, not that I had a bad childhood, but do you know what I mean? You try and give your kids the opportunities that you maybe didn't have, and I don't know, try and right the wrong. No, this is going well, is it? Right the wrongs.
Right the wrongs
of your mundane childhood. No, perhaps I shouldn't continue with this.
No, but keep going. I want to hear you keep digging.
But no, I really enjoyed seeing Benj, having fun, and just they made sports day quite fun. You still had the traditional egg and spoons, sack race, obstacle race. The traditional British sports.
Did you put your head on a spoon?
Very good.
Run.
It wasn't. Do you know what? It wasn't an egg and spoon.
Egg. What?
It was a racket and tennis ball. Tennis racket and tennis ball.
Guys, political correctness gone mad.
I know. In it just. But,
we've had a comment in the comment section from Colin Doolan.
Wants to see you mud wrestle.
Well, no, I don't think he wants to see me mud wrestle.
Oh.
Why is it only white?
Yep, hold on. I need... That's me. I need to tinker with the design there.
I think he was suggesting that when we were talking about doing wrestling at school, we wanted to do the mud, or I wanted to do mud wrestling. Which I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't want to do the mud. Like, when you see two women wrestle in Jello, like, it looks terrifying.
Jello.
But I'm with you, Stu. Sort of, are you thinking that you'd like to encourage Benj to do more sports than your parents encouraged you to do?
Yeah, I mean, we signed him up for karate, but that is more for like a confidence thing. He struggles with his confidence. I was quite a shy lad, and he has inherited those traits, unfortunately. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but
No.
I think there is a line, isn't there? I think where you can become too shy, where it's like restricting how you like socialize and gets in the way of things like that, doesn't it? And he's kind of like that, really.
It's very difficult, Stu. I'm with you because I've in the past tried to encourage my children, but as you know, like 66.6% of my children are autistic, and my wife has gone, just let them do what they want. And I think you can encourage as long as it's going, oh, this could be fun. And as long as it's fun, that's when I think if they're not having fun, I think that's when you stop, isn't it? But I'm with you with that encouragement and going, come on, it could be fun. Let's try it, and I'll be there for you. So
yeah,
I'm glad. I've got my kid's first sports day. I haven't been to a sports day, and one of mine's coming.
Have you not? Surely you have.
No, we had lockdowns and shit.
Of course, so, yeah.
So we've got one coming up soon, which I'm very excited about. I'm pretty sure, it won't go mud wrestling.
That'll do.
I'm pretty sure.
The colours are the wrong way around, but it'll do for tonight.
No, I like it. I'm pretty sure, it would just be a bit of fun, and ultimately at the end, I'll probably be going, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's all fine. Yeah. But I remember being taken to one judo lesson when I was a child, and I turned up in my. I was 7. Turned up in my pajamas because that's what they told you to wear. If you didn't have the uniform, what else? You might as well have turned up in wearing a fucking condom. Turn up in your pajamas, the most innocent, sad thing you can turn up in. And we got up there and they went, okay, bow to the sensei or whatever. And I went, well, I'm not into this. And I just cried. And I sat on the side.
It sounds horrific.
And that was me done. That was the end of it. Whereas now I quite like the idea of doing karate or Krav Maga. But done. But did Benj enjoy the karate? Or the
sports day, yes. Really enjoyed it. It was quite nice because once we had spectated the whole year, all the 3 years that were on display, we got to have lunch with them. It was like a communal lunch. So it was quite nice. They made a whole morning of it. And yeah, karate-wise, he looks terrified when he's in there. It's brilliant when he's running the drills. His punches are very lethargic. He's like
he's big though, your boy.
He's
a big boy, isn't he? Like tall, like big shoulders, big head. Like he's fucking ready. He's ready to destroy.
He's a solid. Well, we call him the Beast for a reason. He is big, but yeah, he's. I think he's just kind of feeling his way through, which is fine. He's surrounded by kids he doesn't know, but he loves wearing, what they call it, the gi?
Gi,
yeah, the whole gear. So he loves doing all that.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so we're trying to kind of just build his confidence with a bit of kung fu.
Would it build your confidence, Stu, if you took up kung fu?
Possibly. I don't know. I've been tempted actually to start with him.
You should
just for like a fit, not from a confidence level, but from a fitness level. Because they go through some. They come out sweating. It's quite a vigorous form of exercise, and I didn't really anticipate that. Really, it just felt like
I'd love to see you in a full fucking chopping down trees and shit, Stu. That's got to be the next thing to add to the Renaissance Men channel. You just fucking killing things. Let's do it, Stu. Join up. Join up.
Like Cobra Kai.
Yes.
But shit. Apart from that, that's kind of been my week, Jimmy. Glad to be back.
Sounds nice.
Got a lot to talk about this week.
Oh, yeah.
So we should probably crack on with and we'll start in traditional fashion, I think, with some audience questions in the segment that we love to call Ask Us Anything.
That's right.
I'm sorry, I cut you off.
That's all right. We haven't mentioned the rebranding either, have we?
No, look at it. Look at all this. Swanky. You think? They said swanky.
I think people are loving it.
And we should
comments
say,
in the comment section.
Go follow us on those destinations you'll see below on the screen. We have obviously Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, whichever you're watching us on. Do give us a like and subscribe if you're watching us this evening live. Or failing that, just if you're watching us on demand, do the same. Right, Jimmy, ask us anything. We have a question as always. And as always, it's from Holly. Good old Holly Williams. She has asked, if you could completely get rid of 1 month out of the year, which month would it be and why?
Why?
So we're getting rid of a month. What are we thinking? I've got my thoughts. Whilst we're here, let's just say hello to Alex Turner. Welcome. Thank you. Loves the rebrand. Thank you so much. Jimmy, what month would you get rid of?
Oh God, do you know? So we're not living less, are we? We're just getting through years quicker. So that's nice.
Oh, I hadn't considered that aspect of it.
Yeah, I'm always worried.
That's quite
about
dark, actually.
Wishing away my life. I don't like the idea of that. So I'm taking it. We're just getting 11-month years, and we're going to live till the age of like 105 or something, because we're going to get those extra years.
Yeah, don't even think about the after effects of getting rid of this month. Just, is there a month you don't like? Just, we're rebranding it. Let's rebrand it.
We go. August, nice. Summer. How does the months go? August, September.
I think you've got to keep all the autumnal months, surely. That's the best time of the year for me.
Gonna keep October for Halloween. November,
Yes.
That's fine because it's the lead up to December. December's the best month.
We've got to keep December, regardless.
My birthday, New Year's.
Yeah.
January, kid's birthday. February, kid's birthday. March, kid's birthday.
Ooh.
April, kid's birthday.
You got to pick one.
May, mum's birthday. June, my sister's birthday. July, John Simmons Scale Model Maker's birthday. July, August.
You've run out.
Keeping that. August. I think it's going to be September.
Oh, reasons?
I think that I think it's the most boring month. I think September. Yeah, it's the most boring one. I'm getting rid of it. September, just because it's the most boring. No birthdays, no holidays, nothing fun in it.
Think back to being a kid as well, Jimmy. When you were at school, it was always the month you dreaded because you went back to school, didn't you?
Wow, I didn't even think of that, but you're probably right, Stu. So it's gone. September.
Oh wow.
I'm so sorry, September, but goodbye.
I was thinking, okay, summer months are fine. I'm not a massive fan of summer. It's a bit too hot for me, but that didn't really. There was other concerns for me. So autumnal months, they all stay. I love autumn. Got my birthday in November. I think Christmas, the run up to Christmas is pretty much a 2-month affair now, isn't it? Really, November and December. October, Halloween, like we say, got to keep that. But things start getting a bit sticky for me in January and February. That's an awful month for me. It's depressing. You're back at work. Christmas is gone. I'd rather just go straight into. If I could, I'd get rid of 2 months. Get rid of January, February.
Wow.
Go straight into March, straight into spring. Leap over those 2 shitty months into the spring.
Yeah.
So can I get rid of 2? Were you allowing that?
Yeah, get rid of as much as you want.
Cool.
I mean, just kill yourself, Stu, if you want. But like I like January. I would say Feb, because January sort of goes like that, doesn't it? It goes quick, doesn't it? But yeah, I'm with you. I understand.
Feb's quite short in itself.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Pointless.
January or Feb, which is the worst? Doesn't that Blue
Valentine's
Monday?
Day.
Well, you got that. That was always quite depressing. Then you had Blue Monday, that comes in February, doesn't it? Or was that January? No, that day, which is like the most depressing day of the year.
That would be January, I imagine. January is supposed to be probably the time when people most kill themselves. February, you said Valentine's Day is depressing. Was that now or pre your wife?
Pre-mundanity. No, that's pre my wife, I would say. Now we don't celebrate it. Do you celebrate Valentine's Day? Do you make a big thing of it? You're sane.
Yeah, I know my wife expects a card or something
Really?
nice.
Okay. We should never really done that. I don't know why we didn't. I don't know why not. Perhaps that says more about us.
Well, I'll say this about Valentine's Day. People say, "Oh, it's just another day, just an excuse to buy cards or shit for each other," and I say to those people, "Oh, do you buy stuff for each other on other days then?" And they go, "No," and I go, "Well, why not make a bit of a fucking effort on one day a year?" And I get it, like it is, of course it's a just a rip-off thing, but I think it does give you a reason to go,
To
actually
live.
let's celebrate us as a couple. So I
But
think
that's
it's a
what
good
your
thing.
anniversary's for.
Yeah, but when you're married, yeah, sure, but a
Oh,
lot of
okay.
people
No,
aren't
no, it's a
married,
fair
you know.
point. That is a fair point. I think that's what's happened to us. Like that, you kind of when you do get married, that I think you transition into the anniversary becomes a big day. But saying that we
Absolutely.
don't celebrate that either.
What do you celebrate, Stu? Do
No,
you,
my birthday.
that's the only day we celebrate all year.
No.
But I could be a bit, I'm a bit of a sap. I know I'm a bit of
I
a
can
sap,
believe
but
that.
and lots of people would say fuck Valentine's Day, but yeah, I think it's good fun. I've been given a bit of shit in the comments there because September is my brother-in-law and my nephew's birthday and my cousin's birthday, and they're absolutely right. Which is another reason to get rid of it because that's 3 things I don't have to worry about.
An expensive month.
But I have to remember texts. When texts cost money, that was an expensive.
So there we go. Anyone else in the chat want to give us the month you'd like to exonerate from the record? Just erase from existence. Particular months that get you down or whatever. Thanks, Holly, for your question. Whilst we're here, let's take a quick look around the channel. Let me just get that video up. Have I got a sting for this?
You must.
Oh, Lord,
You must.
I don't.
Did you do a sting?
No, I didn't. Oh, we haven't got one. Okay. No, I thought we did.
No, you did. You had one. You had one 2 weeks ago.
Perhaps I forgot to make another one. Okay, never mind. But we'll take a look around the channel.
You're the worst at covering up. You're too honest.
I'm too honest.
That's your problem.
I know, mate. I know. But
Honest
let's
Stu.
as you can see, we've had a bit of a rebrand. Hope you like the rebrand. I think it's ace. I love the 2 caricatures we've had commissioned. I love saying that. It sounds so posh.
Oh, well, we paid.
We did. Yes, we did.
Well, you paid. I owe you the money, but we paid. There was money.
But look at it. Glorious. Myself as Thanos. Jimmy there as James T. Kirk. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with you. Are you? Is that a con or is it a
Stew?
Well,
I asked for a Khan, and instead I've got a man who's just put his finger up a cow's bum.
Yes.
But I'm still very happy with it.
Very happy. It's great. Yeah, love it. Hopefully, it kind of gives more of a flavour of what the channel is about, not just our pursed bumhole lips from before. Right, do you want to highlight a few new bits and pieces that we've launched on the channel? Bricking It, there's a new episode up there for you. Myself and Benj reviewing the Lego Star Wars and Marvel magazines from June. With our little speed builds there. They do quite well, those videos. People seem to like those.
Oh, that's some do you share them on Lego groups on Facebook?
I do. I think that's probably why we get a few more views on those. I don't say 57, but I think that's quite good. Anything over 50, I'm happy with, to be honest.
I'll be honest. Well, but I'm surprised there's not more because Lego's such a big thing and they're lovely videos and the composition of the filming of making them is lovely and
bless your heart.
Just for just relaxing, it's lovely. And Lego's getting bigger and bigger, so I'm surprised there's not more. I think we should probably push them more. Maybe there's more Lego groups we can reach out to.
Do you know what I noticed? What was I watching the other day? I can't remember. It was something on YouTube. I think it's just an advert for Lego, and they were starting to market it. Like the angle they was going with was this is like a mindfulness aid. You can use this to relax and de-stress. They seem to be going quite heavy on like the adult set, not like not adult as in porno sets, but adult as in made for adults, like trying to get, because I think that's a huge market.
Yeah, massive. Lots of Lego's become bigger in my life now that I'm old, because I've never been a fan of Lego, because I like things I can instantly hold, hence why I collect Star Wars figures or Star Trek figures. But Emma, my wife, loves Lego, and for her, with her anxiety, she just wants to come out here. She sits at this desk and just builds, and it chills her out.
There you go.
Yeah. Good friend of ours, Carl Hill, supposed to be listening tonight. If he is listening, he said would, whilst he was building Lego. I said, "What are you doing tonight?" He said, "I'm going to build some Lego." And I said, "Well, what a lovely night. Build your Lego, glass of wine, listen to this." He went, "I won't listen to you." I said, "Listen, because we will talk about Lego." But again, he's built so much, and it does help. I think it does, because you've got to concentrate on Lego. You can't concentrate on anything else. So I'm with you there, Stu.
And that is it, isn't it? I think mindfulness is all about grounding yourself and trying to remove yourself from whatever stress or anxiety you're feeling. And I think Lego does that, like focusing on putting the pieces together. I think that's just it, like zeroing your focus in on that part with that part. And yeah, I think it's a great means to, you could say, it's a bit of it's a bit filthy them trying to cater it to people with mental health issues, but I don't know, if it helps, isn't it?
Absolutely. If it helps, I was going to say the same thing. If it helps, it helps.
Yeah. New Run Trek up. Jimmy, you've been unboxing some Star Trek action figures. Good stuff, as always.
That was a big old video there. Me and John Simmons, scale model maker, kindly came across and filmed me. Terrible filming work. The lighting is awful. He's really bad. He doesn't seem to care at all. But it was good fun, and again, it was boxes I didn't know what was in. I'd forgotten what was in, and I couldn't really tell on eBay when I bought them. And I had a lovely back and forth with a man on Facebook who commented saying, "Oh, I've just started my collection. Never bought them before. I've been into vehicles. Here's my collection." He had about 8 good figures, like ones I haven't got, in fact. And I was like, "Oh, nice." And I commented, I was like, "That's a lovely set." And he showed me a signed autograph he had, and I showed him the one I had from Robert Picardo from Star Trek Voyager, where I got him to write, "James, you are a twat. Love, Robert Picardo." And we had a nice back and forth. And it's always nice when I put those things out and people go because it's
nice, isn't
it? One of the things I say at the end of the video is, if you think you're too old to be collecting toys or figures, say not me, obviously, but you, don't, because you can get enjoyment from, and it's like Lego, but I think Lego's probably better because it can focus your mind. But I was chatting to my wife over dinner earlier on, and she loves the fact that I collect these figures, which not every wife or husband may like of their partner. But she says the fact that you get the enjoyment from getting it, holding it, putting it on display, looking at it, there's enjoyment there. There's that, and there's that love for the show and having a part of the show.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely.
It's lovely. So it's lovely getting that video out there, and good fun.
Nice. I'm going to start doing some Nintendo-based videos. I think that's kind of what I want to do. Can you hear a bird, by the way? Is that me? Is it outside?
Yes.
It's that bird in the bathroom, isn't it?
Hold on.
It's come back to...
No, it's me. Sorry. I'll shut the doors. Hold on.
That's why. Whilst Jimmy does that, it's got some... for the Nintendo fans among you, I think Nintendo kind of aligns quite well with Lego. Very much a product for all ages, kind of goes across generations. People are massive fans of Lego and they're massive fans of Nintendo. But so I'm going to do some Nintendo focused videos. So keep your eyes on that. I'll do some streaming and stuff. I never really know what to do with the video game side of this channel, and I kind of want to. I think it needs to be more focused, not just me. Oh, here's me playing a game. I like the idea of saying, right, I'm focusing on Nintendo stuff, and it's kind of get a niche, that kind. I think that's what I'm trying to do. So look out for that in the future. The first, I kind of repurposed an old video, so forgive me for doing this. I republished it basically. It's me unboxing my Nintendo Switch OLED that I got back in early December, I believe. So I've just thrown that up with a new bit of branding just to kind of get a video on the playlist and get some eyes on it. So yeah, if you are interested in Nintendo stuff, then do check out this playlist going forward. And that's kind of it, really. Some nice bits and pieces for us this week.
Well,
Been busy.
There's stuff going up, Stu, and it's very tricky, building things out for people to come and watch. And I was going to talk about a couple of things I watched, not last week, but the week before in our what have we been watching. But obviously we've got so much to talk about.
I know, so much.
So I haven't been able to bring them in this show, but I'll just mention them briefly. Two things I watched the week previous was Jackass Forever, which is the latest Jackass movie, and a film called Spree, which stars Steve from Stranger Things.
I've seen this. Is he the influencer? Yeah.
But he influences no one.
Yeah.
And he's an Uber driver, and he starts murdering people to get viewers. And things like that and Jackass, similar sense of thing where you watch it and you go, what will you do to get viewers? What will you do to get subs? And again, things pop into my head, where, I can play a game with my son. As I mentioned, my eldest son, Cameron, is autistic. He's so funny. He's so energetic. And when we're playing games together, it's brilliant. It's massively entertaining. And you're playing it. And in my head, I sort of go, oh, if we put this online, so many people would watch. And then I go, but why?
Yeah, the eternal question.
That's it, isn't it? But why? And I think what you do, where you do it together as a family, it's a nice sort of thing, and it's just sort of going. And I think what we do, we just put it out there, and we don't worry too much about viewers.
Exactly.
It's nice just to get people coming. Whereas you watch something like Jackass Forever, which was the start of all of this, getting people to just watch fucking whatever, and to Spree, a film where he's killing people just to get people to fucking watch him. It's kind of mad to see sort of where it can go. Whereas stuff we do, I hope it's just we enjoy it, and the people that watch us enjoy it, and if they can let other people know and they can watch it, it's all good.
Do you know what, that would be the one? I mean, I've been doing various forms of this for 8 years now. 8 years. So, and my one piece of advice to anyone wanting to start out on it is you got to go and don't care about how many people watch it. I'd do this if no one watches it. Look, we've got 4 people watching at the moment. If I bothered about how many people watched it, I would have given this up a long time ago. You got to enjoy it. Just do it. Do something you enjoy, about topics you enjoy, and don't worry about the rest. It will come. Well, if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, just as long as you're enjoying it, I don't think. Well, who cares really? Just kind of puts. I think it's quite enriching just to put something out there. I quite like the idea of this because when I unfortunately die, this is quite morbid, I know, but when I die, Benj can look back on this, and he can listen to podcasts of me. It's like he'll have that there, won't he?
Do you know what, Stu? I've never thought of it like that. I thought that these disappear, but they don't, do they?
No, they live on. Right. They live on forever, and they'll be there for Benjamin when we're dead.
Well, they're also there for when me and you are 70. If we get there, that we could go back and I do these because I like having a drink and a laugh with you on a Friday night. But you're right. People or us or anyone can go back and watch them. You're right.
Amen to that, says Colin. Thank you, Colin. That's why we bloody do it. For people like you, Colin, coming in and just chatting to us, giving up their Friday evenings to come and talk to us bellends. It still boggles my mind, but I love it. That was a tangent, wasn't it? Anyway, what we're talking about now? Oh, we've got a hot take to look at now. We've got a trailer for you all. So we shall just quickly transition to hot takes. Welcome to Hot Takes, where myself, Stuart, and Jimmy of the Renaissance Men, we take a look and react to the latest trailers. I've got a bit left field for us this week, Jimmy.
I thought he was going to say left wing. I was going to go very liberal on this one.
Well, I've gone with Blonde. Have you heard of Blonde?
No, I saw it in the notes and I was like, what the hell is that? I'm very excited.
So Blonde is, from what I understand, it's a biopic of Marilyn Monroe.
Ooh.
That is kind of getting quite a bit of buzz because it's an NC-17 rated version of the film. Does that equate to an 18 over here? So I think it's going to be quite risque.
Wow.
So it's come to Netflix. It's like a Netflix original, if that's the correct term. I hope it is. I don't know. So we're going to take a look at this whilst I just key this up.
Is this a film or a TV series?
It is a film. It's a film.
It seems unusual that we haven't had a Marilyn Monroe film already. Maybe there has been, and I missed it. But she's probably popped up in cameos in things where people have played her. But I mean, as far as I understand, she had an absolute bizarre life, and she was the woman that everyone wanted. She'd do are they called CO shows for the army? What are they called? SCO shows.
I know what you mean. Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah.
Like Captain America did.
Exactly. Yeah. Like Captain America, but she'd be in a helicopter flying over the troops, and all the troops would be going, "A woman, the most beautiful woman on earth." Yeah.
Like a true megastar of her time, and it does seem odd that there hasn't been a great deal of like biopics about her. I don't know why that is. Perhaps there has, and we just haven't. I don't know. I'm not a massive Marilyn Monroe fan myself, so perhaps I haven't been specifically looking for them, But
it's odd because you look like a Marilyn Monroe fan.
Do I?
No, I don't even know what it fucking looks like. Okay, well, I'm excited though. I'm excited,
Okay.
Stu.
So let's just cue this up, get the volume going. So this is Blonde, the official teaser for a Netflix production. So let's take a look.
Please come. Don't abandon me.
She's coming.
Men grow cold as girls grow old, and we all lose our charms in the end. It's said that those louses go back to their spouses. Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
She's coming. She's almost here.
A bit shorter than I thought it was going to be.
Shit, is that we?
Let's react to that. No, I don't know.
There's some stuff to react to there, though, Stu. That is shorter than I expected, but
It was a teaser. It was a teaser in...
yeah. No, jeepers, it's kind of horrible in a way because she's an icon, isn't she? In like Hollywood movie stardom. There's Elvis and Marilyn Monroe and Frank Sinatra and these people who are just your picture's frozen, Stu. Is that? Oh no, you are moving. There's these people who are just kind of superheroes in a way. Do you know what I mean? Like they're mythical. They're not real people. Monroe, Sinatra, Elvis. They're not real people. They're just a thing. And when you see something like that, and you may see a lot of the darkness that was in that, and who she was with. She was Kennedy, and she was with Joe DiMaggio, wasn't she? I think she was with a couple of other people. And obviously she killed herself at the end of her life, right?
It will be interesting to hope. I say hopefully.
Apparently, well, the CIA killed her, according to some people.
I wonder if they're going to focus. It looked like it had quite a grim. I don't know. Like it had like a grittiness. It was exuding grittiness to me, like black and white kind of slow motion. It's kind of like that art house kind of gritty kind of depiction of stuff. I wonder if they're going to kind of focus in on the more controversial side of her life and her career. That would be interesting.
Well, I think they will. I think they will. Why would they? I don't think
go beyond the facade.
I don't think they're going to do that sort of film because we've seen that. Alex Turner in the comments has put, I think she was killed. Well, that is a big theory, isn't it? Because of, I think, what she knew and how deep she was with the president. Probably more people are killed than we actually know. Really, like we think people are nicer than as nice as we are, but I think a lot of people are actually taken out that we don't actually know about by that global Illuminati or fucking whatever it is.
So some interesting points. Blonde is scheduled to be released on September 23rd on Netflix. It is indeed rated NC-17 for
I got rid of September, Stu.
It's not coming. NC-17 for its graphic sexual content, and it's the first of its kind to be released through a streaming service. So I guess it's the first of that. That surprises me. That surely there's been no. That suggests to me that there's been no film or TV show, whatever it is, content rated NC-17 released through a streaming service. Wow. Okay.
Really? What?
This is Wikipedia, so you take it with a pinch of salt. But
there's loads of 18 stuff on Netflix. And
what does NC-17 mean? Let's have a look. NC-17 adults only, apparently. Okay. No one 17 and under admitted. So that is our equivalent of an 18, isn't it? That can't be right then.
There's been 18s. Yeah, there's been 18s on Netflix and stuff. It looked good. The casting looked good.
Adrian Brody's in it. Bobby Cannavale's in it.
And playing Marilyn was an actress we spoke about previously on one of our other episodes about someone she played.
Did we?
Yes, Anna
de Armas.
Yes. What else has she been in, Stu? We've got some comments in the comment section.
She was a Bond girl, apparently. Bond girl. She was in No Time to Die. She was a Bond girl.
Yeah, but put her in something where she would have had more of a part than standing up against the bloody Bond. In the comment section, Colin Doonan says, Jimmy, please do that again. Jazz hands. Don't know what he means. I don't know when I did jazz hands, but I'm not going to let him down.
Let's go to IMDb. That's going to be the easiest source for me to see what else she's been in. Anna de Armas.
Yes. She's been in lots of things. She's a big flavor.
Blade Runner.
Yes.
Knives Out.
Yes, she was very good in Knives Out. She was the main girl in Knives Out.
No Time to Die. Knock Knock.
Oh, Knock Knock. Have you seen Knock Knock?
No.
Who's there? Oh, do you want a quick one? Knock Knock.
Who's there?
Biggish.
Big Issue. Brilliant.
No thanks. Knock Knock is a film with Keanu Reeves where his wife and kids go away and these two girls turn up at his door.
Oh, yeah?
And they go, oh, we're so cold and wet. Can we come in? And he's like, I don't think so. And they're like, please, we just need to use your phone. And then they're just trying to bang him the whole time. And she's too good of an actress to be in this film where she's just trying to bang Keanu Reeves. It's very weird. Good fun film, though. Worth watching. For any chap, it's worth watching because you sort of go, stop it. Stop it. Yeah. Unless you're single, obviously, you go, yes, please. Yes, please. But yes, she's a good actress. Really good actress.
Well, she's going to play Norma Jean, Marilyn Monroe in this. Blonde, it's called, releasing on did I say the 22nd?
Yeah.
23rd? In September, anyway. If we make it to September, if Jimmy hasn't erased us and the month, then go check it out. Looks interesting. I do like a good biopic, Jimmy. I loved the Johnny Cash one. What was that called? I can't remember.
Walk the line with Joaquin
Love
Phoenix,
yeah,
which came out the
film.
same year as Ray with Jamie Foxx, which was very good as well. Similar films in terms of, well, there's the plot points. It was similar, just different music, really. Alex Turner in the comments just put, currently there's a documentary on Netflix about Marilyn Monroe. I've never really looked too much into her, but maybe I should, because she's an interesting character. Like, as I say, she was one of those, wasn't she?
Well, it's interesting. We had this conversation earlier about influencers and stuff, and she was like the very first like social media icon. I don't mean social media in the sense it is now, but she's very, very much an icon of her age. And I think it's unfair for me to compare Marilyn Monroe to these idiots you find on TikTok. But it's that same concept of just finding explosive fame for, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely, Stu. That's right. She was. I mean, what was the first thing she did? Maybe a couple of films, and then suddenly she was everything, and she was with Kennedy, and like an incredible
pop culture
person.
icon.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to get at. Her, Elvis, John Lennon, Michael Jackson. Apart from the later years, but you know what I mean, like those people up there, Bill Cosby. I mean, not Bill Cosby, like
not the later years.
The later years, yeah. Kevin Spacey, not the later years. These people who, just the people. If you went into like a Planet Hollywood, you'd expect them painted on the wall. Like she's one of those people, isn't she? And I'm excited. I'll watch that for sure. I'll absolutely watch that. Be very interesting, and hopefully we'll learn more and understand her more and appreciate her more. I think because maybe the current generation doesn't appreciate what she did for. That's
an interesting point. I wonder how this will hit for a younger generation.
Yeah,
the Netflix generation. For kids who might not know who she was. I think I mean I consider myself not massively au fait with her career and her life, so anyone like kind of younger than us I think would struggle even more. I don't know, perhaps it's who knows I'm just babbling
I think it's probably too late, to be honest. They probably should have had this film out 20 years ago, really. It's weird that there's films like Nixon or JFK and all these other movies about these people, as films about John Lennon and Elvis, whereas, this probably should have come out years ago. But they didn't the government didn't let us get it, and now we've got it.
Let us know your comments below about the Blonde trailer. Are you looking forward to it? Does a biopic of Marilyn Monroe kind of do it for you? I don't know. Let us know. But that was our reaction to Blonde, coming to Netflix in September. Right, Jimmy. Let us get back to the Renaissance Men podcast and let us delve into the Week in Geek. Here we are. It's the time for the Week in Geek. Jimmy, I've got some news for you. Oh, he's paused.
Yes.
Oh, he hasn't. Oh, that's a shame.
I was just doing my face.
Jimmy, some good news for you, mate. Some good news. Paramount Plus has finally launched in the UK.
So, I can get Star Trek and Frasier.
Frasier?
Frasier's Paramount.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So does that mean then the new Frasier, when that comes out, will probably be on there, wouldn't it? I bet
Yes,
they
like
do.
man. Hang on, what do you mean it's launched in the UK? What do I need to buy?
Okay.
What are you trying to sell me as usual? Stu? What are you trying to sell me today?
Here's my sales patter. Right. Paramount Plus has launched in the UK. Straight off the bat, if you are a Sky Cinema subscriber, you get Paramount Plus bundled in with your subscription.
I steal that from someone.
Do you? Well, there you go. You should have access to all of the Paramount Plus stuff available to the UK. I think there is some differences in terms of what you can get on the US side of Paramount Plus to what we can get over here. But it's broadly the same. Certainly Strange New Worlds, which is probably what you're going to be interested in, the new Star Trek series, that is available, so you can go check that out. So however you get your Sky Cinema, you can, I think, go on there and somewhere there'll be that show to stream. So there we go. Other means of getting it, I think there is a standalone app that you can go download now. You can get a free... I do sound like a salesman, don't I?
Yeah.
You do. You can get, I think it's a free 7-day trial. They usually do something like that, don't they? I'm kind of just glossing through my my contract here. It costs $6.99 a month, 30-day rolling contract, and you can cancel at any time. So
okay, I'll sign up, please. Thank you very much.
In terms of content, what have we got here? So we've got obviously the Halo series. Any video game fans, any fans of Halo, that's a Paramount Plus production. Obviously, you've got Strange New Worlds.
I think that's it, Stu. No, I think that's it.
Well, you got what I found quite odd is some of the stuff that had that was on Sky originally. They've kind of rebranded under the Paramount Plus service, because I think originally it was a Paramount Plus, but then Sky bought the rights and put it on their own station. So Yellow Jackets, if you remember me talking about Yellow Jackets.
I was going to say Yellow Jacket, because they did a trailer.
Yeah,
didn't they?
did.
For everything that's going to be on it. And Christina Ricci was on it. I saw Yellow Jackets.
She was.
Yellow Jackets, which you was watching.
So I didn't know that was a Paramount Plus thing, but that's on there. And that's great. If anyone hasn't seen Yellow Jackets, go check that out. That's a fantastic series.
Jack Whitehall was in the trailer. Does he do something? Or is he just in the advert?
I don't know. Let's have a look. Apparently, Clifford the Big Red Dog. Apparently, that's a Paramount joint, and that's going to be on the service.
Yay.
So which he is in, isn't he? But I don't know. That's weird.
Stu, do you want to... we could show the trailer, because...
Oh, shall we? Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, we can do.
I've got it here. I've got it keyed up here.
Why you're setting it up, Star Trek is absolutely crazy, because Strange New Worlds is on Paramount Plus. Prodigy is on Nickelodeon. It's just come onto Sky recently, and I watched it.
Yeah.
Picard is on Amazon Prime.
Oh, Discovery is on Paramount Plus.
It's just come there, is it? Right. It was on Pluto before. It was an absolute disgrace what they're doing with Star Trek at the moment.
Let me just find this trailer. I did have it.
And that's why I'm banned from a lot of the Star Trek groups on Facebook, because all it takes is one moan. You moan once and they go, haters gonna hate. And you go, no. I love Star
Beardy
Trek.
hater.
Beardy glasses hater. I love Star Trek. Please, just make it work. Please, put it all on one fucking channel. Here we go. Paramount, here we go.
Star Trek,
Grease,
Yellowstone, Super Pumped.
Who's that? Who's talking?
First day? Welcome to Paramount Plus, a brand new streaming service. Who are you after?
What's that?
Spock?
Anyone else? Yep, we're making a ton of new shows and movies here.
It'll be a doddle, mate.
Yeah, right.
Jack
It took you a
Whitehall.
month just to find your dressing room.
Who's that?
Jack will show you around.
I don't know.
Don't worry, Luma. I've got this.
That's Jack Whitehall, though.
Who's first?
Viola Davis, Michelle Pfeiffer, Gillian Anderson.
The First Lady. Big new show.
Viola Davis, is she playing Obama's wife?
Yes, that actually looked quite interesting. Again, I don't know if that's a biopic of all of the first ladies. Yeah.
And this is for the...
That's Halo.
Christina Ricci.
Halo.
Yeah.
Christina
We
Ricci.
are not stopping.
I thought this was going to be Adam's family then, and then you've got that. Who's that?
Amanda Cosgrove.
Drag queen. Scream. Sonequa from Star Trek. Doing nothing.
Not so fast, new boy. Spock said he ordered a chai latte without milk.
Spock wouldn't drink that.
And you haven't seen that.
Transformers.
Clifford.
Stream blockbusters, new originals,
Top Gun.
and iconic shows. Paramount Plus, a mountain of entertainment.
Who was that?
I don't know.
Who said that? What a load of shit. What a load of fucking shit, Stu.
It's not a massive. I mean, if you're not a Star Trek fan, then there's not much there to draw you in, really, is there?
They didn't even have anyone from Star Trek. They had Sonequa from Discovery, but Spock had a cup that they beamed up. They couldn't even get. I don't even know who's playing him. It's the chap from Strange New Worlds who's playing him, who was in Discovery, but he isn't
dig
doing
up
a
Leonard,
lot.
you know.
Dig him up, up his body, or give Shatner a payday.
Oh, he would have done that. He would have, yes.
Give him a payday. He would have done. Well, he would have had to have been cast in the show. Like he was furious he wasn't in the J.J. Abrams reboot. he wasn't happy. But still, I'm with you there. I'm with you. I'm probably there before you. Like, what are we supposed to take from that? What was exciting from that? Jack Whitehall? I see him all the time.
It's not to say that you know, as a service that can grow, and you know, when they add more exclusive stuff to it, you know, it can become a service that is worth the money. But I think as a proposition for right now, I think you'd struggle to get anyone to pay exclusively for that. I think chucking it in with Sky Cinema is probably a good idea.
Yes.
Because that way you can kind of get people into it and get them in that kind of ecosystem. But I think, yeah, there's not a lot of. It's all about content these days, isn't it? There's not a lot there. For me, obviously, other people may differ. People may have not seen a lot of those shows like Yellow Jackets and have not seen any of Discovery or any. Obviously, would not have seen the Strange New Worlds. But I don't know. It's.
But even if you haven't seen Yellow Jackets, that wasn't even recognisable really as Christina Ricci.
No.
So
it's not a brand that's going to sell you on the service, is it?
Exactly.
You know, something that a first season of a admittedly really good TV show. It's not going to draw people in to see. Oh, I wonder what Christina Ricci's up to these days.
They had Ghostface from the Scream movies. What are they doing there? Are they doing a Scream show? Like
I don't know.
That looked like a joke.
It did. It looked like a scary movie, didn't it?
That was really bad.
Which would probably sell me.
And
a new scary movie. I'm there.
Sonequa from Star Trek Discovery was in like just a dress. You're like, well, is it Star Trek or is she doing a new show? Like, you need recognizable stuff.
Yeah,
like characters in their outfits. Oh, there's a spaceship up there. Let's
beam up Spock's latte.
I've got one thing to say about that, Stu.
Yep. Moving on then, Jimmy. Something I don't know. I haven't really kind of gauged your opinion on Game of Thrones.
I loved Game of Thrones for every season. It was one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. The acting, the characterization, the story arcs, the special effects, incredible. And then the last series made everything kind of shit, and it's in my head now as a crap TV show because the last series completely destroyed every character.
That's interesting. Well, I'm not sure how you would feel about this then. That it's been confirmed that they're going to do a sequel series around Jon Snow and his character and what he's up to these days.
Interesting. So they're already doing a prequel, aren't they?
They are. House of Dragons, I think it's called. Yep. I imagine that's probably coming out fairly soonish. But yeah, there's a Jon Snow sequel series in the works. Kit Harington is obviously going to reprise his role.
Is he?
I think he's also producing it as well. So he's got a team together to produce it.
Good for him.
And George R.R. Martin is involved as well, I think. I don't want to besmirch him there. Is he involved? I'm sure he said he possibly is.
The problem is with Game of Thrones, Stu, was as soon as they went off of the books is when it all went to shit. Have you watched it, Stu?
Of course I have, yeah. I haven't read the books, but I've watched. Yeah, I've watched the whole thing, and I didn't have a problem with the last series greatly, to be honest with you.
Oh, how wrong of you!
But no, but I wasn't massively invested at that point. I'd kind of tapped out a little bit about 2 or 3 seasons before then, so I kind of wanted it to end at that point. For me, as a series, it ran too long. And I think you're right. Yeah. There's definitely a distinction in the quality, like the stuff when it was very much following the source material, to the stuff where they were kind of written on the back of a fag packet and just kind of making up as they went along.
Well, just like a quick sort of rundown, like Tyrion Lannister, played by Dinklage, the smartest man in the fucking kingdom, turned into a fucking idiot. The Varys, who was equally the other smartest guy, bald eunuch, turned into a fucking moron. Jaime Lannister, who had this wonderful story arc going from a guy who would push a kid out of a window to becoming someone heroic, just went back to his sister, who he liked to fuck. And got buried in some rocks. Just stuff like that. Jon Snow let the woman fucking kill everyone. Everyone's character just went to shit. That was the problem. Yeah. And that's just not me being pernickety. Everyone's character went wrong. And you could say, oh, well, that's what they did, and you're just looking too much into it. But TV shows or films should follow a guideline, right? I know sometimes the baddie wins, but this was every character went wrong. So sorry, that's just the end of Game of Thrones. There.
No, that's. I think that's good to highlight what went wrong with it. So does that affect your excitement then for this? Would you kind of
like mad? I don't give a shit about any more Game of Thrones, which is a sin, because all of the other Game of Thrones,
sad, isn't it, really?
I was buzzing when I first watched it. I was like, "Oh my god, this is incredible!"
Yeah,
they even made Jerome Flynn from Soldier, one of the best actors one of the best actors in the world. It was like, what's fucking Jerome Flynn from Soldier gonna do next week? You're like, fucking yes.
Can't wait to find out.
That's how good the show was. But now I don't care about it at all.
So I love this line. This is from George R.R. Martin himself. He said, because he kind of the story I'm going over now is the fact that he confirmed that the story was true, that the rumors were true, that they are doing a Jon Snow sequel series. The working title, as revealed by George R.R. Martin, is simply Snow. I like it, to the point. Says what it is. Snow. Apparently, there's 4 live-action successor shows in development at HBO. That's 4 live-action successor shows. Does that include the prequel then? Because successor shows to me suggest that they're talking about like sequel shows.
Yeah.
That's a lot, isn't it? That's a lot of Game of Thrones.
Isn't that terrible when, in the past we'd be so excited about a sequel. And now you go, there's 4 going on. You go, oh, Jesus Christ, I'm going to have to watch all of them. I'm going to have to watch all of them because I have to. I can't not watch them. That's the real thing for me. There's some people in the world who can turn their backs on stuff, and I can't. You know, like some people who was there. I'm not going to watch Obi-Wan. I've had enough. I can't do that because Obi-Wan with Picard. I'm not going to watch series 2 of Picard because Picard series 1 was so shit. I'm gonna watch it. So maybe it's my issue that I'm gonna watch everything they fucking give to me. I've got to.
Mm-hmm. And then talk about it on a podcast.
Well, of course.
Which makes it worse, doesn't it? Because you feel obliged to. So there we go. Jon Snow's sequel series in the pipes.
Can't wait.
Pipe works. Pipes. Speaking of like future content, Kevin Feige's been out there this week saying that we're apparently going to learn about the MCU's big next big saga in the next few months. This I think is quite interesting, particularly in terms of what we got coming out soon. So we've got Thor Ragnarok,
not Ragnarok, Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder. Beg your pardon. Yeah. Thank you. Obviously, Miss Marvel, that probably will be done by then, so I think we can rule that out. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania.
Christ, I forgot about that. Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, he's suggesting that things will start to reveal themselves, and I just wondered if we had any thoughts on what we think that big bad could be, or I don't know. What do we think?
Well, it's an interesting one, Stu, isn't it? Because I saw you put this on the notes. I was like, oh yeah, let's talk about that. We had 24 films leading up to Avengers Endgame. Was it 24 or 22?
I don't know. Like I honestly don't know. But that sounds about right. Yeah.
But we introduced Thanos in, I think, Avengers, which was probably the 5th or 6th film to come out. So
is that when he says, I'll have to do it myself kind of thing, and then puts the glove on? Yeah.
Yes, but we probably had him before that as well. You're right. That was when he went, I'll have to do things myself. So
I don't know what that film was in, what that scene, or when that came into it in the end credits.
We probably had before, but we were at a point there when they were just doing individual films that were kind of linking, and we were kind of excited. And then they did all that, and they ended it in Endgame. And now they've been doing the Spider-Man and the Doctor Strange's and the TV series Miss Marvel, Loki. Jesus, for me, it's a mess. And even though I'm enjoying some stuff, like I loved Doctor Strange 2 when I saw it the other night at the cinema, I had a great time. It was great fun. It feels like it's done to me. Like it feels like they did it in Endgame, and now nothing's going to live up to that. I don't care who the next big bad is.
So I'll just go further on into the Feige quote. He says, as we're nearing the end of phase 4, I think people will start to see where this next saga is going. I think there have been many clues already that are at least apparent to me of where this whole saga is going, but we'll be a little more direct about that in the coming months to set a plan so audiences who want to see the bigger picture can see a tiny, tiny, tiny bit more of the roadmap. Coming up in the rest of 2022, we've got Thor, Love and Thunder, I Am Groot, which I think is that animated show about a baby Groot, She-Hulk,
TV series,
Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Is that coming out this year? Christ. Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. And in 2023, in 2023, we've got Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, and Guardians 3, and the Marvels. So, okay.
Yeah, I think what seems weird in there is like not having Captain America, Thor, or Iron Man. I know Thor's their Love and Thunder, but that seems more of a joke. You know, like I don't know. It seems like it's done, and I know they've got to keep going, and I hope they do, and I hope they do something great, and I'll keep watching all the films, but I just don't know how they can get to the emotional payoff that we had in Endgame.
No, I think you're right. I don't think you can live up to that, but I think the way they tell their narratives throughout multiple films and threading things through all these films, I think they can I think they'll be able to some degree, do that again. You know, I think we can get that end game moment again. I still have faith that they can. Yeah, they've done it once. Why can't they do it again? I think the only issue being for me is that often there's not, you know, those first characters are so iconic and, you know, so perfectly cast, and you kind of followed them through that 10-year journey, didn't you? And I don't know, there doesn't seem to be really anyone yet. Perhaps that's unfair. I don't know. I'm not really kind of warming to anyone of like the newer generation. I mean, to me, it looks like they're aiming for some kind of Young Avengers thing. You know, they've got all these much younger kind of, you know, you've got Miss Marvel, you've got Kate Bishop. I can't think of any more at the top of my head, but you know, it feels like they're building a team of younger, like next generation kind of superheroes. Yeah. But to me, I haven't, apart from Kate Bishop, there's not many people really that I've warmed to yet. A great deal. I think that might be the issue. I don't know.
No, I agree. Like I think I'm still with Tom Holland. I'm still with him absolutely as Spider-Man.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And they can probably get more with Paul Rudd. I think that's probably what they want to do, is get more out of the stars they've got.
Yeah.
You know, Paul Rudd is a big star and an incredible actor. And if you can bring more out of him and get him with Tom Holland and obviously Doctor Strange, I know you want to build up the youngsters that you've got to use the stars to bring people in.
Yeah.
Vision, get Vision back, build him out more. I don't know. You know, if you're going to have that big thing, you're right. You need to care about the characters. And I'm not there yet for a lot of the characters.
But that may come. You know, I think I may be looking at this more optimistically, but I hope that will come.
I think Loki, you know, that was all pretty dross. The Loki stuff. I liked it at the start, but that got boring.
Yeah. It did, but we shall see. You know, it's interesting that he specifically says in the next few months you'll kind of get a sense of what's going to come. So yeah, they've obviously got plans for it. So we'll have to kind of keep our eyes on. That's the thing, isn't it? We just have to watch everything. It's just the way it is. You feel like you can't miss anything now. You must watch everything,
and we will.
Of course, we will, and talk rubbish about it on here. That's what we do. Okay, I think then my penultimate story kind of ties in with the Obi-Wan chat we're going to have, so I'm going to leave that. So I'll kind of move on to our final story, which is LegoCon 2022, Jimmy. LegoCon.
I'm very excited about this.
I feel I need a...
You need you need more than that, Stu. Have you got anything else? Have you got like a... Wah, wah, wah? Yes.
LegoCon 2022 happened. So this is kind of like... it was just a 2 or 3 hour video presentation where they revealed a lot of the next generation of Lego sets coming to retail stores, all good retail stores. And I kind of just wanted to go through some of the highlights. I think this is best served as a visual, so I'm going to just get this up for you to share with you all.
Oh, sure. I completely agree. Best served as a visual rather than a smell or a sound.
Yes. Here we go. Coupon codes available. We don't want that. That.
I know our good friend Carl Hill was very excited about this.
Oh, Carl, if you are watching, I hope you're enjoying your build as we speak. But LegoCon 2022 lasts over 2 hours. There's a full playback here. Right. So, where's the pictures?
Close that video on the side. That might speed it up. Who's that video on the side?
I don't know. I can't.
Oh, God. They're making you watch it.
All these are broken.
So what is this? Let's go.
Oh, here we go. Some pictures here. Okay. It's Lego's 90th anniversary, Jimmy. And I can't even click on these.
Well, go back to the top. You're so aggressive, Stu. 90th anniversary. Hang on, you telling me Lego's been going for 90 years?
It has, mate. Yep. 90...
Nearly 100 years.
Yep. 90 years. Fucking hell.
So from 1920. I wonder what the first thing they did was in 1920. Right. Am I right there?
Come on, LegoCon 2022. Let's get a better page. Come on.
I mean,
best reveals from LegoCon 2022. Here we go.
1920s, Stu.
You're still banging on about that.
I'm trying to just cover as you fucking freak out. Trying to have a conversation.
Sanctum Sanctorum. Nice. They've revealed Lego Sanctum Sanctorum. I always feel like I'm getting that name wrong. Look at this. 1, 2, 3. I think there's about 6 or 7 minifigs. A Wong there. Doctor Strange.
A what? A Wong.
Iron Man. I don't know who that is. Is that a little Chitauri warrior? Who knows? I'm not sure. But
God, I don't know. He's grey and like a zombie, isn't he?
This will go perfect with the Daily Bugle, massive Daily Bugle set that they got. But also, he's not listening. But we've got Benjamin, the massive Daily Bugle for his birthday. He doesn't know this. But yeah, amazing. It's huge. It's down. It's literally down there. It's down there. I'd get it out, but it's huge.
Beautiful. Stu, we've had a comment in the comments section as well, which is massively appropriate for this as well. From
Lego's fabulous. I work with Lego Braille for visually impaired children. That's really interesting.
Yeah, how good is that?
So, Lego. Explain to me, Alex, what Lego Braille is. So, is it Lego bricks with Braille printed onto it? I guess that's kind of what I don't know. I'd love for you to elaborate because I find that really fascinating.
Well, again, just another benefit there. Hopefully, Alex will explain more. But like another benefit of Lego being arguably the best thing for so long. Like,
there we go. There's the minifigs. I'm not sure that does look like a Chitauri. I could be wrong.
I think it's Squidling. What's his name? Oh, but hang on. What film is this from?
So this is branded under the Infinity Saga. So they did a number of sets that were kind of highlights from the Infinity Saga that they've coined it.
I don't know.
But that's the minifig on the end. That's a What If figure, isn't it? That's like a zombie. Is that zombie strange? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know. And the guy on the left is obviously from Doctor Strange 2.
Yeah.
And the guy on the far left, the guy on the far left, I think, is from Endgame, isn't it? Fucking Thanos' mate who can control things.
Could be. Yeah. It could very well be, Jimmy.
Hang on, Alex has put something in the chat there in the comments.
Children will play with Lego Braille and learn to read Braille. That's fantastic. And is that something Lego produced themselves, or are they customized by a charity or something like that? That's really interesting. That they can learn to read the Braille with the Lego Lego bricks. How cool is that? That's great.
Lego have always been there, man, haven't they?
They have Lego Star Wars ATTE Walker. That's nice, from the Clone Wars. That's a nice set. I'm not a massive fan of Clone Wars era designs, Jimmy.
No, me neither.
I don't know how you feel about it. I don't know. Just
I like classic.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. And the walkers, they just look. I mean, they've got 6 legs for a start. That's not right, is it? That's not right at all. It's the same model. What we got? The Justifier. I like this. This is Cad Bane.
What?
The Justifier. Cad Bane ship. I don't know who that is. There's Cad Bane just there. I wonder if there's
I'll tell you who that is. I'll tell you who everyone is. Yeah.
Please do.
That is Omega, that blonde girl there, who is the female equivalent of Boba Fett. She's in the Bad Batch. Yeah.
Okay.
on the right hand side there, I think what you've got there is Fennec Shand.
Okay, yep.
On the left,
is that a clone trooper? Is that a Bad Batch trooper thing?
I think it's one of the Bad Batch. I think it's Crosshair. Even though Crosshair is a sniper, I think that is Crosshair there.
So wait, is Cad Bane in Bad Batch?
Yeah, he pops up in it, and he has a.
Does he?
Yeah, he has a run-in with Fennec Shand. Yeah, trying to get Omega, which is as I say, the female equivalent of Boba Fett.
That looks like a BD droid as well.
Yes, I think Cad Bane has one. I think he's voiced by Seth. Not Seth.
Seth Rollins.
Seth Green. Seth Green in the show.
Cool. There you go.
Comment from Alex in the comment.
Lego produced that. That is really awesome that they do that. That really is. Yeah, very cool. Very cool indeed, Alex. Yeah, it's a great initiative, isn't it? Bravo, Lego. Bravo. More pics of the Justifier here. Oh, this was interesting. Lego Avatar sets.
Oh, that's horrible.
Look at that. Inserting their tails into tail on tail.
They get into everything, don't they?
They do, don't they? Filthy little things. I don't know if this is from the new movie, but I don't know how interested I am in Avatar.
That dragon is the thing he jumps on at the end because no one's approached it from above in Avatar 1, which came out Christ knows how many years ago. What, 7 years?
A fair few, mate.
Yeah, this is all Avatar 1, isn't it?
Yeah.
And now we've got Avatar 2 coming out, which apparently... Jesus Christ.
They do. I don't know. They look cool. I mean, that's obviously a new minifig design, and I find that kind of.
Who wants that shit?
I wonder if they can. I wonder if you can plug in. So, was it their tails they plugged in, or was it their hair? I can't remember.
You want to make them fuck the horse?
Yeah, basically.
No, they won't make that in Lego. They won't make them fuck the horse.
Does that go against Lego policy? Probably does, doesn't it?
Well, just human policy, I think. But this is terrible. They're bringing this out now. No one's interested in Avatar Lego.
No, but the new films are coming, aren't they? So I think it's timed quite well.
Well, that's why they brought it out. But the new film looks. I mean, the CGI is incredible. They've done some incredible new things with the CGI. But does anyone really care?
Probably not, mate. No. Nice box art.
Nice box.
Yep. Some more Lego Super Mario characters. These look pretty cool. So you've got some colour variations on Yoshi, a baby Yoshi there. What's that guy's name? I forget now. Nabbit, I think. Nabbit, the thieving little rabbit. I made that up. No, generally, his name is Nabbit, I think.
I like it.
I riffed on the other part, but I think that's quite cool.
Good riff.
Thanks. Available August 1st. There we go. Some new packaging. I've heard there's some controversy about how these figures are now packed. They're going with boxes now as opposed to like thin cellophane type packaging. So where you could used to be able to feel what the figure was. So people are outraged that they can't now go up because these are blind bags. You see, you don't know what's in them.
Right.
Before you could kind of rub and feel to see which figure you may have got. Now there's none of that shenanigans.
You get what you're given.
You are, yeah, exactly. Some more Lego collectible minifigures. Yep.
Captain Birdseye there.
Isn't it?
Nutcracker. Random Snowman. Turkey Man. Popcorn Man. What a load of shit. A load of shit figures.
Do you know what I was thinking, right? Not just because I've seen the gobbledygooker, but they should do. Why don't they do WWE Lego? Surely that's a franchise. Really, just begging for some Lego minifigure designs.
I think there's some places Lego won't go, and into the dark, horrible world of WWE, where
you're right. You're right. You're right. Yeah.
I love them, but they're awful people. And maybe this. Where's it from? Sweden, Lego, or Switzerland?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, maybe they go, the WWE is not for us.
We've done that Nazi set, and that was fine. But the
They did a Nazi set.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. For the purpose of a joke, they did, but no, they haven't really.
Well, we joked about it the other week, didn't we, when they did the Titanic?
Hello, Taylor.
And we said, when
AEW minifigs.
The Auschwitz. Yeah, absolutely get involved with AEW. They seem like nice guys.
Schindler's, where the age-old Schindler's Brick joke came from many episodes ago.
Oh God, I've never heard that before. That's amazing.
I know. We was on form. I think that was Midian actually. One of his rare nuggets.
Pre-me.
Yeah, the good old days.
One joke 2 years ago.
Jimmy, where are we now? Right.
Uh-huh.
That was LegoCon. I think there was much more announced, but I was just struggling to kind of present it to you.
Well, we've got a lot to get through, Stu.
We do. Bloody hell, we do. Right, anyway, let's talk about what I've been watching this week. Jimmy, what have you been up to? Is there anything on here for you?
No.
Or do we kind of intersect, don't we? A lot of what we've both watched kind of much the same things, really. So, for me, the big thing I want to get off my chest is I think we need to summarise thoughts, not only on Obi-Wan episode 6, but in the series as a whole, my friend.
Yes.
We've been on the whole journey together. It's now finished. Last episode was on Wednesday. The climax to the Obi-Wan series. We've gone on this journey with Obi-Wan from broken fish skinning man in the Tatooine desert to reclaiming his mad Jedi skills with a Z, to face down Darth Vader one last time on the pea soupy like planet where lightsaber effects would look really cool. Episode 6, what did you think?
So when was the last time we spoke about this? Probably about 3 weeks ago, wasn't it? When we actually spoke about what we or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so we wouldn't have spoke about episode 5 on the show, obviously, but we privately we have.
So we've done 5, we've done 6, we've completed it. We've had the whole Obi-Wan show. I'll go quickly. What I thought about it as a show. I loved seeing McGregor back as Obi-Wan. He was great. He's an amazing actor. He acted more in this than he did in the 3 prequel films, I think. You actually got to see him emote.
And was excellent in episode 6. When he has that confrontation with Darth, that moment when the moment they steal from Rebels, where Vader's mask gets split from a strike from Obi-Wan, and you see it reveals Anakin's like burnt face.
Yeah,
and you kind of like finally look beyond the mask, and then they have a exchange, and Obi says he's sorry for what happened to Anakin and his fall. It's that bit of acting.
Well, you didn't finish that there, Stu. And where Anakin says, "You didn't kill Anakin Skywalker. I did." Which is a nice moment because it takes away Obi-Wan's guilt.
I think that's a key moment in the whole series. It's like that's the moment where he kind of lets go, doesn't he? I think he finds peace.
Well, that's why you've got a much more relaxed Alec Guinness. Because
hello there.
Not my fault. I didn't. He said it was him.
Just sauntering around the Tatooine desert.
I won't tell you he's your dad. So, yeah, I mean, there was loads of issues with the show, but loads of things that I loved. It's so hard. It's so hard to comment on, I think, because so much of it, I think, was crap. And so much of it was great, fun. So it's really hard. It's really hard having Ewan and Hayden back doing that stuff was brilliant. I would have loved it if, because me and John Simmons, Scale Model Maker, discussed it, and it was after Reva had revealed to Obi-Wan that Anakin's still alive, and we were like, how does she know? Why is she revealing it? Who the fuck is she? And I said, Christ, I wish they would have had a fight, Obi-Wan and Darth, and I'd love Obi-Wan to fuck up Darth's breathing apparatus and for him to cut off half his mask so that his breathing is fucked. And you can see Anakin's face and he's still trying to fight. And that's when Obi-Wan sees that Darth is Anakin.
Okay, you'd have liked the reveal then.
Yeah, and sure enough, they did what I wanted. They did what I said to John, like, oh, I wish they'd have done this. And they did what I wanted, but apart from the reveal, because I just felt that her revealing to Obi-Wan about Anakin was just like, well, who are you? It was really weird. I think, unfortunately, I think Reva's whole character wasn't dealt with well.
Do you know what it felt like? It felt like that they obviously have designs to spin her off into another series or, kind of make more of her character. And it felt like they gave her these moments to I don't know, make you want to kind of follow her journey in another series or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
But
yes,
whether she'd earned that, I don't know, is another question. I would much have preferred the way that you did it. That would have been cool.
Well, yeah.
But I think
because...
if they waited that long to do it, if they'd done that in the final episode, I don't know if the journey to get there would have been as compelling. I don't know.
It was a hard job. It was a hard task for them to do an Obi-Wan show, I think. I think they would have been better off doing a Darth Vader show where he's just hunting down Jedi. I think that would have been an easier scenario. But I think what they did with Leia and Luke, Jesus Christ, we've had our friend Seddon talk about the storyline. I've mentioned it, like, they probably should have stayed away from Leia and Luke. Even though I thought the girl who played Leia was brilliant, they probably should have stayed away to avoid any people going, wow, why are they meeting them? Like, it would have been very easy to stay away from them. Very easy. Just like giving Obi-Wan some adventures. Like, it didn't fucking matter. You don't need to
No, go on, you finish, mate.
No, go ahead.
Well, I think that enhanced. I think having Leia there enhanced the journey that Obi went on, because you have this character that he latches onto. She is the one that kind of takes him through and gives him back his, I don't know, his sense of pride and in himself, and caring for her and taking her and rescuing her, and taking her under his wing like he did Anakin. It's like he's restoring his faith in his ability to teach and be there for someone. That's brilliant.
And yeah, I'm with you there. That storyline works, but there's about 4 issues with that. One is they've already done that story with Baby Yoda and the Mandalorian, where the Mando brings on a young child to help him find his humanity. So they've already done it. 2, the crap way they had Leia being taken away twice, and why was she taken away? it still wasn't quite clear. Was it just to get Obi-Wan out, and who knows who Obi-Wan is or Leia is? It was all very messy. 3, Leia's original hologram to Obi-Wan in the film A New Hope. Obi-Wan Kenobi, you served with my father in the Clone Wars. In this R2 unit, I lead the blah, blah, blah. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. You know, people are going to moan about that.
But I think they dealt with that adequately at the end, the end of the, the wrap up, the epilogue of the 6th episode.
Well, when
he just says, "Oh, no one must know about us." No one. Sounded a bit.
Well,
dodge.
yes, yeah. Well, that's
no one must know, Leia.
Well, we spoke about that, didn't we, on the group? And you sort of go, yeah, okay, but there's easier ways of doing it. Like, just don't do it. Just don't touch it. I think that's my problem. Like, just don't touch canon. We didn't need to have Leia at all. It did. I don't think it added anything to the character of Leia or Obi-Wan.
No, I disagree with that, but
really,
yeah, I think
what do you mean,
I think we see Leia go from being somebody who potentially isn't willing or ready to lead to someone who's kind of starting to think about that process.
Yeah. But was that needed? Like, we already knew she was...
Well, no, but I think it's interesting to see that development.
Yeah. No, I'm with you there, buddy. There was certainly... As I say, I really liked the girl who played Leia, so...
Yeah, I thought she was good.
It's there. I'll give you that. I didn't quite get Reva's story. Why she was after Luke at the end. That was a bit weird. Like, what was her
I think she was a weak link.
There?
She was definitely a weak link. I also think the Grand Inquisitor was a weak link. It's like, if anyone didn't need to be in that show, I think it was him.
Yeah.
Because he didn't do anything, did he? I mean, he showed up and just obviously dies, spoilers, and then just reappears and just has no influence on anything, to be honest.
Yeah, she could have killed any Inquisitor at that point, couldn't she? And actually killed them.
And that would have had more impact, I think.
Yeah, I think her story was really damaged. As I said when we talked about it last time, like, they didn't build her up as an actual threat to Obi-Wan at all.
No.
And Jesus Christ, 2 farmers.
I know, Aunt Beru, who knew?
I know, I really liked it when Aunt Beru went, come on, get the fucking guns. Which I enjoyed. Amazing. But, Stu, that was the equivalent of me and you holding off a Sith Lord. Could we do that?
Yes, if I had a stick, I could.
Yeah, exactly.
Get away.
They would have just bum, zoom. It was a bit weird that they could hold her off. Her whole storyline was weird. Like, it was so unnecessary, wasn't it? They could have focused on Obi-Wan rather than that weird storyline.
I would agree. I think it's not perfect. I'm not here to say that it's a perfect show, but I loved it dearly. I really did love seeing Obi-Wan kind of go from that journey, blah blah blah. I've mentioned it whenever we talk about this. But there were moments that were weak. A lot of I thought the editing was pretty piss poor. Just like,
yes,
many times. Like in that last episode, Obi-Wan goes from having the battle with Vader to Tatooine in what appears to be, I know in terms of real-time editing, it's like seconds, but there was no, I don't think Obi-Wan had to make that journey. I don't know why he appeared on Tatooine and had that chat with Reva. That felt also
forced. With Reva, she reached over, found a communicator that said, the boy, Tatooine. That's like saying, the boy, Earth. And she found She found Luke. Like,
she sensed it, Jimmy.
She had no ship. She had been stabbed in the stomach. It's very weird. So you're gonna have to excuse me for one minute. I'm gonna just duck out. I'm just gonna stop my video. Keep going, but you keep talking about it and justifying why it was good. I'm gonna listen.
Yeah. So I love the show. As I've tried to explain on whenever we talk about this, it's the character work for me. It's the portrayal of Obi. It's Ewan McGregor. Seeing Ewan McGregor have an absolute blast. There isn't a lot of nostalgic factors in there for me. Just seeing these characters that I grew up with and loved, I should say. Just kind of on the doing the things you wanted them to see. You want to see them. You imagined them doing. You know, having these amazing cinematic fights. Vader in his full get-up. Obi-Wan with using his like maxed up force skills, throwing boulders at Vader. It's just, you know, as an event, it was, you know, the excellent action set pieces. So I loved it on the surface level, but I did like that the progression of Obi's character, and I think for me it enhanced what came in A New Hope. It didn't do anything to damage canon. If anything, it enhanced characters and people's relationships in A New Hope. It's made me reevaluate people's relationships in A New Hope and the original trilogy. Yeah, so I think it's an essential piece of viewing for Star Wars fans, and I think it's just, I thought it was fabulous, loved it. Some of my favourite Star Wars that's been done, loved it.
I'm back, Stu. I heard what you said. I'm with you that, as I said on our chat, that like I think it's the best acting Ewan McGregor has done in a Star Wars show, and him and Joel Edgerton, Joel as Owen Lars, I thought was great, and I got emotional, you know, at the end with him and Leia. That I think that relationship was really, really good. I just think there was loads of stuff they probably could have left out and filled in with better story, better story beats in some of the nonsense. I mean, I think Reva could have been left out completely. To be honest,
I think that's fair.
Anything. And which is horrible because, as I said last time we were talking about it, Disney released a tweet before there was any issues with Reva, saying we're pleased to welcome Moses Ingram to the Star Wars universe, and if anyone's got an issue with that, we resist. You know, and you're like, oh, hang on, no one's got a fucking issue. What are you on about? Like, does we're like just fucking do the fucking show? Like, no one gives a crap. And then there was obviously a few people sent racist messages to her, which was fucking disgusting and awful. But then that became the thing, and I think there is a part of Disney where they use that as the reason why this show's not doing as well is because of the racism, and it's not fucking true.
But what do you mean it hasn't done so well? It's done amazingly.
Oh no, they'll do. The reason why there's been like bad tweets and all of that stuff.
Okay.
They'll put it on the racism towards Moses Ingram, which isn't true. The reason why people have been talking bad about it is because actually there is some massive glaring holes in it, Stu, as a show. Like, it's good fun, but there's still some. When you compare it to things like Ozark or Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad or WandaVision or Umbrella Academy or Jesus, any of the fucking really good shows, you sort of go, well, it's fine for what it is, but it's not groundbreaking in any way. And Disney are awful racists anyway. Stu. They
No, I
are.
don't. Yeah, but I don't want to talk about. I don't really want to talk about that. We spoke about that last time.
I know we did.
But I want to talk about potential for Kenobi season 2, which is what I was going to bring in for my news, Jimbo. McGregor and Christensen want it. Kathleen Kennedy is suggesting that, yeah, well, oh yeah, if it does well, we'll consider it if the fans want it. Do you want it?
Yeah, like mad. I want anything Star Wars desperately. What did you think of the Qui-Gon cameo?
I loved it, and I liked where it could go. I love the potential in a series with Obi just kind of sauntering. I've used the word sauntering quite a lot this week, but sauntering around Tatooine with his goggles on, learning about immortality from Qui-Gon, just kind of, I don't know, just living his best life in the sand.
That sounds like a really weird TV show. That sounds really weird. Qui-Gon turned up at the end of the Obi-Wan show and went, hello. Yeah. He was so casual. I was watching it with John Simmons Scale Model Maker. And we were on the edge of our seats because we loved loads of it, you know, and other bits we were like, but we still loved it. And we sort of said, yeah, it's fun that he's casual, you know, about it, because Alec Guinness as Obi-Wan was casual when he turned up with Luke, and Yoda in Last Jedi was, you know, the Force ghosts don't turn up going, they just sort of stand there and go, hello. No, and they just crack on. You go, hello there. You know, they just take it in a stride. So I loved the Qui-Gon. I was waiting for it. You know, And the Emperor cameo, the makeup looked a bit shit, but I was still happy that the Emperor was there. But yeah, of course I want an Obi-Wan Series 2. I think they can learn from what they've done.
Yeah, and I think there's more stories they can tell. I'd maybe keep. I don't know. I'd maybe keep Vader and Obi apart a bit more.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What would you do? What would you do in Series 2?
Well, I'd have it more like a bit more self-discovery, like for Obi-Wan, like maybe just getting teachings from Qui-Gon. I don't know. It could be like Quantum Leap. Like Qui-Gon could just jump in. I don't know. Just give him little tidbits of advice.
Yeah, but I don't know. Was he going to? Was he jumping around to different places to make right what once went wrong?
I don't know. Perhaps he could be I don't know, like just roaming the Tatooine desert. What could he do? I don't know, you don't want him to be a bounty hunter, but I don't know, maybe just vigilante almost. But I don't know, that's not really the Jedi way, is it, I suppose?
Well, you can't roam the Tatooine desert because that's just sand people. And we've seen Tatooine for so long. So
that is true.
You've got to get him off. And he said to Owen at the end of it, he said, you and Beru can look after him. Clearly, Beru is a fucking...
nothing to do with her.
Clearly.
She's fucking mental.
So at this point, Obi-Wan could head off for a little bit of an adventure. So you could get a film out of him.
I think there's mileage in removing him from like the Skywalkerness. Yeah. You know, just kind of have him interact with other people, other planets, other things. Kind of just rebuild himself because that's what's the 10-year gap, isn't it? I think. Just like, I don't know, rebuild himself, learn a bit more about himself and the Jedi way, and I don't know what you could do, but I think there's plenty there that they could do.
I think there's a whole film away from it. Now what they've done is set up the fact that Luke is safe, Leia's safe. Obi-Wan has watched him for this time for 10 years, and he's realised that actually he can be looked after, and actually he's probably better off sort of keeping a bit of a distance. So then you could go, okay, let's do a film. Let's do something that Obi-Wan does in that meantime. But they won't do a film. They'll do another show. the problem is with a lot of TV shows, they only have a film's worth of storyline that they spread out into 10 hours. So
I wonder
think
what
would be great.
I wonder what's more profitable, a film or a TV show.
Ooh, good question.
I don't know. Obviously, I would imagine a full film production would cost more to make, but are the returns on that greater than just, I don't know, perhaps the long-term subs that you get from having one of these exclusive TV shows is worth more than like the ticket receipts you would get from a cinematic release. It's interesting what they would do. Because I'd love a film like a dedicated narrative around Obi in this kind of 10-year period. See what he does.
It's weird, isn't it? And you've got to get a film that has stakes, because that's one of the problems with prequel films. Often there's no stakes because the people are going to survive.
Yeah.
So you need to bring in those stakes that are. That Obi-Wan's going to survive it. So it's a tricky thing to do.
It is, isn't it? Because you can't. Admittedly, obviously, you've got the problem that the character can't die. Obi can't die, but then the situation that he finds himself can't be that so horrific, because otherwise, surely he would have mentioned it or made some reference to it in future films. It is a hard one. You do wonder, why do they bother? Just do something new.
Yes, that is it. Why bother? Why make it hard for yourself? Go back 100,000 years or whatever, Yeah, but I still enjoyed loads of it. I think there was some really good stuff in it. As a fan, if you're a fan of the prequels, you've got to watch it for sure. Yeah. If you're a fan of the originals,
I think you still got to watch it. I genuinely think it's essential, like canon viewing now. As I said, when you have having some alone time, that it is. I think it enhances a lot of the depictions of characters and relationships between characters.
Yeah, I certainly think now, if I hadn't seen any of it and I approached it, it definitely enhances stuff. Agreed, absolutely.
So there we go. We spoke about Obi-Wan. We'll put that to bed now. Fans of Star Wars, or people who aren't fans of Star Wars, are probably sighing a great huge sigh of relief. Something else I've started this week, Jimmy, which I know you have started to watch. I'm not sure how far along you are. Forgive me. Stranger Things, season 4. Myself and Amanda.
I've finished it.
Have you? Okay.
Yes.
So we've just started it. First 2 episodes have been done in this house. Really, very much enjoying it. It's it's just kind of, it's like putting on a nice, comfortable pair of, I don't know, socks, pants, a nice item of clothing that you've been left in the cupboard for a bit, and you think, oh, you put it on, oh, I remember wearing this. This feels good. These pants feel good. Snug, comfy.
Yes.
I don't really know what to add further to the conversation around it, but you've watched the whole thing.
Yes. But Stu, I would say with what you've said, where it, obviously it's been a while since we had Stranger Things. I think the pandemic slowed things down. So I think you had plenty of time to not really care about it and just go, yeah, Stranger Things. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Let's see what the next series holds. Whatever. And then you watch the first 2 episodes, and for me, if you were anything, like me and my wife, we went, oh shit, yeah, this is this is TV. This is how good it can be. And this is one of the problems with any TV show that doesn't live up to Stranger Things standard. I think that's one of the problems with TV at the moment. I think we've got some shows that are so good, the other shows just, and I think Stranger Things was there. The characters were all back. I mean, the actors, they're so good. Everyone playing those youngsters are great. Winona Ryder is so fucking good. Like, what did she do for years? She just checked out for years.
Yeah.
And then came back as Spock's mum in J.J. Abrams' Star Trek. And you're like, oh, yeah, Winona Ryder. And then you go, do you remember her? And I love her from Edward Scissorhands and Beetlejuice and everything. But now it's like, oh, yeah, I remember Winona Ryder. And now she's in Stranger Things. You're like, she's fucking brilliant. What has she been doing for so fucking long? Yeah, I'm with you, Stu. Like, the first 2 episodes just fucking pulled me back into the world, even more so than any of the other seasons, I think.
Do you know what I hadn't really anticipated it being was as like brutal as it was at times. You know, it kind of goes along, like pootles along. It's quite nice. You know, it's like a I just noticed Alex Turner's comment. That's cracking. That is cracking. Yeah, mostly shoplifting, to be fair.
Who's that?
Winona Ryder.
Oh, yeah, she got. Yeah, well, you get that famous.
Oh, that's a good line. I like.
Yeah, she's right. She's right.
Colin says that's nice of you. I'll give Strange Things a watch after that.
Wow. If Colin hasn't watched Dolls, if you haven't watched any Stranger Things, like, you're in for an absolute treat.
I was going to say yes. It kind of goes along at a nice pace. You know, quite witty, quite quick paced. You know, set in the 80s, so there's a lot of like nice 80s references and stuff. And then something horrific like that happens to kind of just remind you that this is like a high sci-fi horror show, and it's like people's like bones getting broken, and just the character of what's his name? Is it Venick?
Well, don't give away too much, but yeah.
No, I'm not going to know. Vecna. Yeah, thank you. That's all I'll say. But yeah, there's a lot of. I'm getting a lot of Nightmare on Elm Street vibes about it. Like,
that's clear. That is definitely where they're going with this season.
Like things happening in alternate realities that people are seeing, and just horrific imagery in these alternate realities. And yeah, it's, you know, particularly to teenagers, it's very much evoking kind of a Nightmare on Elm Street vibe. It does. It does. As Colin says here, is it like the Goonies? It's very much got that vibe about it, more so in the earlier series, I think, because they were a lot younger.
Oh yeah, absolutely, Stu. I mean, a couple of seasons ago, you know, like, I don't know if I've said this on the show before, but a friend of ours, Lee Baker, said, "Can my 11-year-old son watch Stranger Things?" And me and John Simmons, scale model maker, and my wife were like, yeah, like, well, probably, but watch it with him. Like, you know, you'll be all right. And then this series came out, and that question popped into my head. Can my 12-year-old son watch this, or 11-year-old son? And in my head, I was like, no fucking way.
Hell no.
This is a scary season. And
even I'm going, ooh.
Yeah, much scarier than Freddy as well, because as you know, we watched Nightmare on Elm Street 2 weeks ago for the first time I've ever seen it, and that is very jokey. Whereas this Stranger Things is scary stuff, man.
Yeah,
this latest series probably the scariest.
I think so. I don't remember the other 3 series being as kind of frightening as what this has been so far. I hope that continues. It's a nice kind of. It gives it a nice edge for me. You know, I'm a fan to some degree of horror, and this is kind of scratching that itch as well as like the nostalgic Goonies type 80s era itch. So yeah, it's been fantastic. They are around like not 80 or so minutes long. They're long episodes. Yeah. So, you know, for us, it's only one a night, so we're not going to blast through this by any stretch. But I kind of don't want it. I want to savor it. That's kind of how good it is. You know, it's the final series. Obviously, it's split into 2 halves, so there's going to be another. The second half is coming later next month. Is that right?
Yeah, July. End of July.
So I kind of want to savor the experience. And yeah, really, really enjoying it. Really enjoying it. It's like I say, it's great to have it back.
I would say enjoy. Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's so good. It's one of the best shows out there, man. Like it's certainly up there. So much fun. The acting's so good. Guys, I hope say thank God. I know you were concerned.
We
Also,
were.
a review of Buzz Space Light film. We'll have to wait. Soz. Christ, John Simmons, you went to watch that, did you? Okay, good on you. I was going to mention John just a second ago because he was at a Comic Con or convention or whatever, displaying his models, his Star Wars models. This was a couple of years back, and obviously John's are like no exaggeration. John is one of the best in the world at what he does. His painting is second to, well, it's ridiculous. Like it's second to none.
It is good. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's not just good. Like people from around the world want his stuff. It's insane how good his stuff is. And he was at a convention, and the chap who plays Dustin was at the convention with from Stranger Things with his father, who's his manager, and his father was chatting to John and some of the other modelers and was like, these models are incredible. Like, it's very hard to get gifts for Dustin because he's so rich. Like he has everything he wants, you know. And John Simmons, scale modeler, started speaking to Dustin. And he said he was such a nice lad that John gave him one of his models.
Oh, wow.
He gave him, I think it was a speeder bike, which isn't a hugely expensive model. But when John paints it, it's worth quite a lot because John has painted it. Yeah, and he gave him it. So Dustin has got one of John's model. I say Dustin, whatever fucking actor's name. He's got one of John's models. Hopefully, or he threw it away, or he threw it out a plane window as he drove home.
Gaten Matarazzo.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Brilliant actor.
Also, okay,
Jesse Ventura.
goddamn sexual Tyrannosaurus.
Oh, God, Jesse Ventura was there as well. When he told us this story earlier, he said Bridget Nielsen was there, Jesse Ventura, Carl Weathers, kid who played Elliot from E.T. Because occasionally John gets to, you know, be amongst these people. He said they were all there, but he did not tell us that he gave Jesse Ventura a hand job.
No, we know.
I mean, that is unbelievable. But Bridget Nielsen was there as well. Maybe she encouraged John. I don't know.
Do it. There we go. Do we want to mention? I think we'll save Miss Marvel till next week because we haven't watched episode 3. I think it's fair we kind of get caught up and then talk about it then because we are running late, and we need to kind of.
Yeah, let's crack on. A quick comment in the comment section from John there. A parody, I think, on what Jesse Ventura says in the Predator movies.
Yeah, I ain't got time to. Do I have to read this out?
No, it's there. I think Jesse says, "I ain't got time to bleed."
Yeah. Shall we? Do you want to do? Can the past still make us laugh, or shall we?
I think we should give it a go. It's a clip.
Okay. Well, let's see if the past, Jimmy, can still indeed make us laugh. Can the past make us laugh? Our weekly segment where we take a look back at some old comedy shows and see if they do stand up today, or have they just gone down that racist black hole that most comedies seem to have gone down, been sucked into.
This is yes. This is where we are. We were thinking about getting rid of this section, but I've brought in a clip from Harry Enfield. An old clip from Harry Enfield, and I didn't watch this clip. Okay?
Say again. No, sorry, I was distracted.
That's
What
okay.
what you don't know is when I load up the videos, I hear it in my ears, so I can't hear what you're saying. So I missed the last few seconds.
I did not watch this clip.
Oh, for goodness sake! We know what happens when you don't do that.
Yeah, they're usually terrible. But the reason why I chose it was for twofold. One, we were speaking about Marvel and Star Wars and superheroes, so
yep,
it popped into my head. Let's go for superhero vibe. And secondly, Harry Enfield. Harry Enfield, I think, is one of the greats. Alex Roth, occasional listener of the show, watched the most recent acquisition by Netflix. I think it was. They put series 1 and 2 of Harry Enfield on the streaming service. Yeah, and he said it was great. And he said, I can't believe in the show they say the words "muddy funster" instead of "motherfucker," obviously. And that's where we've always said it from. I was like, yeah, it's always been from Harry Enfield. He didn't know. So I went superhero Harry Enfield. Let's give it a go. I remember laughing at it when I was a kid. It could be terrible, but can the bar still make us laugh? Shoot.
Well, let's find out, Jimmy. This have I keyed up the right? The Palace of Righteous Justice, is that the right?
I think so.
That sounds right, doesn't it? That sounds right. Okay, so here we go.
Superheroes Harry Enfield.
The Palace of Righteous Justice, Harry Enfield. Can he make us laugh? I don't know. Hedging our bets. Do we think it's going to make us laugh? Well, let's find out.
Oh, I don't think it is.
Oh, yeah, unmute it.
Galaxy and fighters of evil and all.
Okay, hold on. Let's give it its due course. Let's give it a fair shake. Let's go back.
The Palace of Righteous Justice, defenders of the law throughout the galaxy and fighters of evil in all its forms. Lawman, wielder of the mighty sword of Dauber. Cometh the Iceman, born of the frozen planet Arcturus with mighty ice-making powers. Fireman, whose fiery bolts of fire can cause fires. The most powerful of all, with the shape of a woman and the powers of a cat, she-woman cat-type thing. The Palace of Righteous Justice.
The universe is once more safe, but now I fear we are faced with an even more arduous task. Before we left this morning to fight evil, we forgot to do the washing out.
See how the cereal is stuck to the bowl.
Fear not, cometh. With my fiery powers, I will simply scorch the cornflakes into the pattern of the bowls.
Hold your fire, impetuous one. Observe as I simply encase the dirty plates in a solid block of ice.
Then shall I bring forth the mighty sword of Dauber
and pronounce this judgment on the filthy plates. Behold, the table has been split in twain.
Hurrah! And now, by simply engulfing the entire palace in flames, I shall weld the two halves of the table back together!
This means that we shall be forced to sleep rough on the streets beneath sheets of cardboard.
Aye, we shall be reduced to begging for 10p's and urinating against parked cars.
Yes, she-woman cat-type thing has saved the day by chewing off a piece of mangy fur and retching on it.
There you go.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure if that made me laugh. The hairball bit was good, but I'm a cat. I'm a cat lover. I'm a cat man.
Yeah,
that's a good gag. But I don't know. It doesn't seem to have aged very particularly well. But I don't know if I was much of a fan of Harry Enfield, Jimmy. I didn't like to let that on before we watched it because I didn't want it to cloud my judgment. I wanted to give it a fair shake, but I don't know. Proclaiming him one of the greats seemed a bit foolhardy to me.
Oh, what I did?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
But I don't know.
That's fair enough. No, hey, shoot, we don't have to like everyone.
No, but we've been on a run where we've liked most things have made us laugh, apart from stuff that's like really racist. And I don't want to lump Harry Enfield into that category.
Well, I mean, Harry Enfield was. What I think about Harry Enfield is he's a person of his time completely. Much like I think Matt Lucas and David Walliams, who I think are shit at the moment. But I remember watching Little Britain at the time and laughing a lot. And Harry Enfield, and I think Harry Enfield has brought out lots of different things across the years. And actually, his last show, which was, I don't know, it was a few years back, but it was him and Paul Whitehouse. I thought it was brilliant. I think he can keep going with the times and keep bringing out stuff at the time which is funny, but I don't think his stuff is timeless.
No,
like some of the stuff we've seen, like not 9 o'clock news and Fry and Laurie.
No, that's interesting. What you said there is interesting. In that, I wonder when that. Do we have got kind of like a year on that clip? I missed it. Did it say what kind of?
I think it was 86 or 87.
Oh, okay. So as early as that. So.
Bless me.
I'm just trying to think. Was there like a superhero frame of reference back in those days? Probably wasn't. I mean, Batman hadn't come out then, had it? So.
No, I don't think it's so at all.
So like maybe like the 60s Batman was probably the closest they had at that point to any kind of like mass comic superhero, like pop culture, really. Yeah, interesting stuff. I don't know. I did like some Harry Enfield, but at the time, and it's interesting to me that you say he's not timeless, but he can kind of ebbs and flows in his quality. And I think a lot of comedians are probably like that.
Yeah, I don't think his stuff is timeless. I think it's of the time, but I think he keeps going.
Not reinventing himself.
Yeah, reinventing his sketches. There's a sketch where he does Mastermind. It's one of the I really like it. Can you bring up YouTube and type in Harry Enfield Mastermind Harry Potter?
Of course I can.
And it wasn't a huge amount of time ago because I think he's had a resurgence over the last sort of 5 years. Because at the time he was like everyone loved Harry Enfield. He was the one that everyone loved.
Yeah. I think I've got it.
So maybe his stuff is better at the time. Maybe. I love this, and this wasn't that long ago. You know. Yeah, this is it, which kills me every time I watch it. Maybe might not tonight.
And next, our third contender, please. And your name is?
Ken Barnett from Brian Farnett.
Your occupation?
Inventor.
And your chosen subject?
The works of J.K. Rowling.
You have 2 minutes, starting now. The second in the series of Harry Potter books is called Harry Potter and the Chamber of what?
Harry Potter and the Chamber of... Pass.
At the beginning of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Professor McGonagall is to be found outside the Dursleys' house, disguised in the form of what animal?
Pass.
What is the name of the sport played at Hogwarts involving riding on broomsticks in an attempt to strike a golden snitch?
Pass.
The Hogwarts Express leaves King's Cross Station from platform number what?
Pass.
Harry Potter has a ginger-haired friend with the surname Weasley. What is his first name?
Pass.
What is the first name of Professor Dumbledore?
Albert.
No, Albus. In Harry Potter and the... I've started, so I'll finish. In Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Harry, Ron, and Hermione flee into London and to 12 Grimmauld Place, where they learn from Creature the whereabouts of Salazar Slytherin's locket. They successfully recover this Horcrux by infiltrating the Ministry of Magic and stealing it from Dolores Umbridge. Under the object's evil influence and the stress of being on the run, Ron leaves the others. Harry and Hermione travel to Godric's Hollow, Harry's birthplace and the place where his parents died. What is the name of the elderly magical historian they meet there?
Pass.
And at the end of that round, Ken Barnett, you have 24 passes and no points.
Gee, that's good.
Oh, that's not the whole sketch.
And next, our final contender, please.
Get the whole sketch up. Oh, shit.
And your name is?
Brian Farnett from Fry and Barnet.
Your occupation?
Entrepreneur.
And your chosen subject?
Pass.
So that was good.
Yes, amazing. In the full section of that with the Harry Enfield, he goes back over the questions he got wrong, and he knows every answer. He goes, he knows every answer. It's fucking brilliant. But yeah, so that's the problem. I think with Enfield, as I said, he latches on to what's going on at the time, and it's good at the time.
Yeah. I mean, that was excellent. I thoroughly chuckled at that, as you would have seen. But yeah, that's funny, isn't it? Hell, I mean, it's great. It's probably a great skill that he's got, that he can adjust his material to kind of match with the time and whatever's going on around him. That's quite the skill, really. Perhaps he truly is the master, as you said, Jim. I was discounting him. Yeah.
I met him a while ago. Did I tell you I met him a while ago?
Did you?
When I went to see the Windsors that my friend was directing.
I think you may have done. But
yeah,
tell us again.
Well, he just looked like a big baby, and my friend took me over to meet him because I was, of course, desperate to meet him because I was a big fan. He was like, "Hello." I was like, "Hiya." He's like, I was like, "Okay, bye." And then it was so weird. It was like meeting a ball of Play-Doh. It was weird.
They do say never meet your heroes.
Oh yeah, well I've met loads of mine and they all went wrong.
They were all disappointed.
And he was one of them. Yeah, so that's the thing. I think Harry can tap into what's good at the time, but what's okay at the time, and it's never amazing.
No, but the past did eventually make us laugh. So there we go. Thank God for that. Jimmy, it's time for us to see if anything will stick for us at the end of the show segment.
Yes.
So let's find out if something will stick. Will it stick? Stick.
I don't.
We've struggled, I think it's fair to say, for a few weeks now to find something that's stuck. Do you know what? I thought I'm gonna go back to basics. I am going to come back and bring back a classic. It is time for Bird News.
Bird News is back.
Bird News for 1 week only. For 1 week only. I think there's still stuff that we need to explore to see if it sticks to our great wall of whatever. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. I can't get rid of that.
We've got some Bird News. Wonderful.
We do.
Bird News can be good.
It can. It was always good, but it just got a bit stale, didn't it? This is from the Mirror. Mum fed up with neighbours who keep feeding birds as one poos on her baby. Our mum has been left furious with her neighbours as they kept throwing food out into their garden for the birds to eat, resulting in one bird pooing on the woman's baby. Dirty protest from the birds. An anonymous woman has become fed up with her neighbours because of their decision to continually feed birds that come into their garden, as one of the feathered animals pooed on her baby. The mum posted on Mumsnet to ask if she was wrong to be frustrated with her neighbours over the incident, as their decision to feed the birds has meant that more are attracted to their garden, and as a result, the chances of some bird poo landing on the mum's baby is higher.
Stop, Shoo. I love the fact that the only quote is fed up. Everything else is just written by this moron at the Mirror.
Yep.
And Shoo, I hate mainstream media. So carry on.
Okay.
I don't believe it, Stu. All I believe is fed up.
I thought there's more coming in that sentence, but no, you just...
I just don't read the mainstream media, Stu.
No, it's fine.
This is all written by some moron.
In her post on Mumsnet, she wrote, My neighbour's constantly throwing food out to the birds, and now one shit on my baby. A bird, not a neighbour for the last part. Am I being unreasonable here? My neighbour constantly throws food out to the birds and anything goes. I'm fed up with it. Commenters on the post were quick to point out that bird poo can unfortunately strike at any time and wasn't necessarily a direct result of the mum's neighbour deciding to attract birds to the garden. One person said, nothing wrong with feeding the birds. Birds also shit at random. Could have happened anywhere. It's true, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's meant to be good luck anyway. What's she moaning about? You know, that baby's probably going to live a charmed life.
Yes.
Someone else added on Mumsnet, any help we can give wildlife is good. Give your baby a wash and move on. A third wrote, the bird could have shit on your baby irrespective of the neighbour feeding it.
Yeah, agreed.
But others said a bigger concern for them would be the other animals that food left on the ground can attract, such as rats and mice that can pose bigger problems than birds.
Jesus Christ, people have got too much time on their hands.
I know.
Stu.
Mumsnet, I'm telling you, Mumsnet is it's like the Mos Eisley of internet forums, full of scum and villainy.
Stu, what would have been your fault? What would have been your thought if Benj had been in the garden?
Yeah.
And a bird shit on his head?
I probably would have laughed. My initial.
I agree.
You go, but
No.
then you would comfort. But
No,
yeah,
I would have been annoyed that I had to wash him for the first time that year.
Good
I'd be
thinking.
like, oh god.
Yeah, that is a
God,
good
Jesus.
point. That is a good point. Bird news. There we go. Bird news.
She
Oh,
feeds her birds in the dark. That's insane. What a Mardy Karen bitch.
yeah. So there we go. That was some bird news. A nice welcome return, I think, for the bird news.
Agreed.
But it's time to wrap up the show with a and finally story for you. This is. I have a habit of bringing darkness to the final, at the ending of the show. We had the time where there was what was it? Something was getting eaten by a turtle. No, was it a turtle being eaten by something? I can't remember.
It was just death.
Death.
There was so much death. No.
Well, this is also about death, I'm sad to say.
Oh, that's good.
Let me key this up.
It's fine, Stu. Don't worry, because sometimes death can be funny.
Well, I did a little emit a little chuckle at this, I have to say. Elephant kills 70-year-old woman and then returns to trample her corpse at the funeral in India.
That's awful, Stu.
You know, what Jaws film is it? Where the plot is somewhere out there in the masses of water and that inhabits the planet. There's a shark that wants to get revenge on Chief Brody's family for killing the shark that Chief Brody killed. The original Jaws. Is it 3? I can't remember. It's the one with the revenge in the title. I can't remember. But
do you know what? I think it is 3. I was going to make a joke by just going Jaws 3. Who cares? But I think it is Jaws 3. Revenge of Jaws.
This reminds me of this. It's like an animal with a vendetta.
Well, this is insane. This seems madder than a film.
Well, let's get into this. An elephant in eastern India killed a 70-year-old woman, which in itself is a tragic story.
What did he use? A gun?
This Colin Doolan, they never forget.
No,
That's quite right. This elephant did not forget. As I say, an elephant in eastern India killed a 70-year-old woman and then returned to her funeral to trample on her corpse. Awful. The incident occurred in Odisha state on Thursday. I don't know when this was written, but we'll say it's recently. Yeah. Maya Mumu was at a tube. Maya Mumu was at a tube well drawing water in Mayurbhanj district's Raipal village when the wild elephant appeared out of nowhere. Authorities said it had strayed from the Dalma Wildlife Sanctuary nearly 200 kilometres from Mayurbhanj. After being trampled, Ms. Murmu was taken to hospital where she died from her injuries. Police officer I'm doing these names justice.
No, you are.
Lopamudra Nayak was quoted as saying to the Press Trust of Indian News Agency. It gets better. Reports said when...
hang on, Stu. Cole's just put something else in a group after they never forget.
Yep, they don't seem to forgive. No. Never look at Dumbo in the same
He's
way.
nailing it. He's nailing it. Keep going, Stu. This is good.
Reports said when family members gathered for the funeral and were in the middle of performing last rites, the same elephant appeared, lifted Ms. Murmu's body from the funeral pyre.
What?
And trampled it again. As shocked mourners looked on.
I bet they were shocked. Who invited the elephant? Why did they invite the person that killed her?
The family were only able to go ahead with the ceremony after the elephant left. It remains unclear if the animal harmed anyone else present.
Like a drunk family relative. She was always a whore. She was always a whore.
Bizarre. I hope that's true. You know, that I guess we do have to question the legitimacy of the story, but
no, Stu, that's completely true.
It's in the Independent, so it's got surely there's some fact checking done by the journalists over at the Independent. I'm not sure, but obviously tragic story. But
I get that an elephant would kill a person, of course it would, but the big question is, how did it find out where the funeral was being held? Did it get an invitation?
It turned up in a tux. Black tie.
Waited for the
I'll have her. I'm going to have her again.
Waited for Amazing Grace to be finished singing. Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. He's there going, I'm going to piss on her fucking grave.
Yep. Tragic.
I can only presume that they did the funeral very close to where the elephant lived. Because they couldn't have turned up.
I mean, India's massive, isn't it? Let's be honest. It's a huge country.
Yeah. And elephants just don't go out. They usually live places.
To be fair, though, this may sound a bit, I was going to say racist, elephantist, but they are we sure it's the same elephant? They do look alike, don't they? It could just be another. It could just be another elephant. Surely.
We're gonna get taken off of fucking YouTube for that fucking comment. You fucking arsehole.
All elephants. Look alike. Could you? I don't know. I'd want DNA. I think. I wonder what happened to the elephant in the end. He's got form, isn't he? You can't get. You have to take him down, don't you?
He picked up the body and trampled on it again.
Lifted it from the funeral pyre, flipping in its tusks.
What did she do to that poor elephant to make him do such a thing?
No, not a lot. It just kind of came from nowhere.
Well, we don't know.
She didn't see it coming.
Dead or alive.
No. There we go. Rest in peace. I think we've honoured her passing somewhat. With dignity. We handled that with dignity and good grace. If I had gone out that way, I would want two Indian bellends who are doing a podcast somewhere to be laughing about my misfortune. So,
two Indian bellends again.
Yeah, like the Renaissance men from Mumbai. I would love if they were doing a similar podcast.
Should I do a Mumbaian accent?
Please don't. Please don't. No.
You'd like them laughing at the fact that an elephant fucking...
I would give them license to take the mickey out of that comedy death.
Stu, I agree. If like once I'm gone, however I die, I hope people laugh.
Yeah,
and if you've been killed by an elephant and then dug up by an elephant,
there's no digging
double
involved.
reason. Well, where was she?
Atop the pyre, I think.
Coffin, didn't he?
I've got images of the elephant flipping the body. You know the end of Return of the Jedi, where Vader's on the pyre. You know the
Is
sticks.
that how they bury people where she lives?
I don't know. What Endor?
She doesn't live in fucking Endor. Goddamn racist. Where was she?
Well, do you want the specific location? Well, it was India, wasn't it?
You've proved yourself. That's right. Indian elephants as well, smaller ears.
Mm. Oh yeah, indeed. Yeah. God rest her soul.
No. Who's their god?
Ganesha. That was
the elephant god. Ganesha, the elephant god. The elephant god. Cheeky elephant god. Ganesha.
Oh, it'll make sense. He was angered. They were angered. I shouldn't presume Ganesha is a man, should I?
Can't presume anything in this fucking stupid world we live in.
No. Right. There we go. That has been the Renaissance Men podcast for Friday, June 24th. Oh, it was a good one. It was good. Good to be back, Jimmy. Good to be back. Thank you for those that have joined us. Thanks to Alex Turner, Colin Doolan. Who else have we had? John Simmons. Thank you, John, for joining us. Taylor Nova. Thank you, Taylor, for joining us. Anybody else? That was it. No, that was it. Until next week. Thank you for joining me, Jimmy. And thank you to those that have listened or watched. If you enjoyed the show, do give us a thumbs up and do subscribe for more content. Until next week, please take care and goodbye.